Good evening, folks. It's your boy Toon Tactics here, and again, I get the privilege of being able to host Spurs Kings today, and we've got an incredible panel on here today. Obviously, we've got your man, Ash Mike here. Are you on, Ash, or do I have to get you on somehow?
Yeah, I don't know if you can see me, but I'm here
Lovely.
now. Now you see me, now you don't.
I was
Big up
worried.
No, man, I'm here, bro. I'm here, man. We've got some more guests as well to bring onto the stage.
Yes,
We've got
sir.
someone
Yes, sir.
returning. Man, like Stefan. What are you saying, bro?
What's up, guys?
You know how I know Stefan's got presence? That even when he's not here, we still talk about you. Like that's how you got presence, man. Like you have left your mark on this world, Stefan. For real.
I'm I don't know what to say to him after that intro. I'm blushing here, man.
I can tell, but you're permanently blushing, to be honest. Like,
That's true. No, Tunis. It's just called being white. So yeah. So thank you guys for having me. I've taken a brief break from this after
Sabbatical,
reading.
yeah.
Yeah,
Sabbatical.
sabbatical. But after reading all the WhatsApp chats and all the talk, I couldn't resist anymore, guys. I couldn't resist. I just want to ask, where are all the Liverpool fans?
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
Started already.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
jeez.
Uh-oh.
I just,
Uh-oh.
I just
Faze.
preach.
Good to
Where are
good.
you, preach,
Uh-oh.
Mister? Lower your typing voice. Yeah.
Hey,
Man.
Faze, good to see you, sir.
Good to see you lads too, man. Nice to be here after we just dunked on them, man. Do you get what I'm saying?
Dealt with
Two
them professionally.
of the same thing, How do you let it keep happening? Imagine you're in the corner and your box is just getting hit with the right hand continuously and just letting it happen. Embarrassing. You're meant to be a professional. This is atrocious.
I feel it must feel good to be an Arsenal fan right now.
Yeah, can't complain. It's all right.
We'll speak.
Grass has been greener.
Speaking of Arsenal, look at that. The segue is getting
Oh,
good. It's getting better.
Hey,
Yeah.
rated.
Hey,
Last
the
week was a
crime
bit.
turn. Yeah.
Last week was a bit suspect. I was like, oh, speaking of snow, Real Madrid and that, and people were like, oh.
That was the meanest panel there could be.
Yeah. That was merciless, and they weren't letting me get away with anything, bro. So, Mr. Box Office is here as well. Good to see you, sir, in the comments. Man United, Arsenal. It's finished. What was the score again? 2-0 Arsenal. I didn't get to see all the game. I got to see the last third of the game. But Faze, like, what's your overall take on it, man? How are you feeling? There was a lot of anticipation going into the game. Could Amram's Man United? I mean, Arsenal were heavy favourites, but people were thinking, could there be a surprise? Would Arsenal would Arsenal handle the pressure of being obviously the heavy favourites, and you got the title league going on? But I watched last third of the game. You seem to be handling it quite professionally. Like, what's your thoughts on the game?
Set piece FC, man, all the way home. Set piece FC. Do you know what I mean? That's all I can say, man. Being said, I thought, Zinchenko. I was worried when I saw Zinchenko and Kivior, but do you know, like, them players, even it's happening to Gomez now, them guys, yeah, they can be good in small gaps, but it's when you continuously have to rely on them that they let you down, innit? So I feel like they done their thing appropriately today. I saw, Diallo skims Zinchenko, and he gave away a foul, but I thought, yeah, that's a good tactical foul, but really I was like, this guy still has the same weakness.
Let's try to spell it out.
I tried to, but I'm thinking, guy, you ain't learned, bro. Like, gosh, man, moving like Man U, like, figure it out, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? I know you want to wander and step into midfield, but just take it easy, bro. It's your first day back. It's your first day back. You just got your badge back, Mr. Officer, and you're out here arresting everybody. Like, just relax, man. Just relax, bro, man. But yeah, but I'm just happy. I'm happy with the win, man. Because I'm in a lot of football WhatsApp groups. I hear all the arguments and get told how shit we are over and over and over again. Oh, shit.
Oops, a daisy. Say his name and he shall return.
Show up.
Rain, hell, sleet, or snow.
Tell him again.
Show up. Win, lose, or draw. Show up.
There you go, Mr. Preach. I hope you're well, sir.
Yeah.
We got the gang.
They're talking about Arsenal, Man United first, so don't worry. We're going to get to your section. Yeah,
Faze,
Faze, carry on, bro.
Faze, yeah.
So no, I'm just happy with the win. To be honest, man, I can't get into no mad deep breakdown and statistics and all that stuff. Like,
It was a shit game.
it was. You know what it is? I appreciate the way we can just turn up, make the game be boring, do what we need to do, and go home, man. That's
Is that really football nowadays? Is this what it is? Is it like results over style? Is that
I
the
mean,
thing? Obviously, we
I
saw the
mean,
entertainers and Tune and Preach. I call them the entertainers. Is that all right? Is that
you know what?
where
Yeah,
we're at now?
for you guys, probably not because of who you are, innit? But I've been,
no,
I've
Chinks,
been. Go on, Steph.
you should have just answered. It's who we are, mate. That's what you should have said.
How did I miss that? How did I miss that one? Fucking hell!
I think
But
it
after,
depends. Yeah, go on, Face. Go on, Face.
no, but after being the lovely, perfect football playing team for all these years, and then losing the game, drawing 4-4 with Reading, Spurs, end to end stuff, like, do you know what I mean? And then getting called naive after the game,
Yeah.
like. Maybe for someone else who hasn't experienced that, I've experienced that for a very long time, and all I get told is we ain't touched the league in 20 years, innit?
Being 4-0 up and then drawing 4-4, like crazy,
Yeah.
crazy.
You
stuff.
say you're ready for titles and trophies and that. You're ready for that.
Yeah.
You're ready for that now.
Yeah, challenging consistently. Do you know what I mean?
I remember,
Yeah.
I remember when FaZe was. I remember when FaZe was this like Arsenal hippie. Like, I'm just happy to be here, man. Man, it's all good,
A hit,
man.
man. You know, he's smoking the Philly out of the side of his mouth.
Yeah, man.
Times
I don't
changed.
care about playing well no more, man. Fuck that shit, man. It's overrated, man.
He got a job. He started paying rent and mortgage. He's voting Republican. Like, he's like,
If Arteta don't bring me the World Cup the end of this season, I want him out. I want him out. Get rid of this. What's it?
Arteta's a loser. Arteta's
Yeah.
a loser. Get him out.
700 million, and he only won an FA Cup with Emery's team. What is this? Zinchenko's still inverting. It's not working.
crazy. I know
You can
that.
run, you can dive, you can hide all day. Time after time. He said, I've had enough. Now's the time. I want to win. That's funny.
Stefan, I know you didn't want to talk about statistics and that, but like I said, I didn't see the game, but I'm just looking at it. Arsenal, possession was pretty even, but Arsenal expected goals was 2.33,
Yeah.
Man United 0.31.
Wow.
Big chances again, 5 to Arsenal, 0 to Man United. 14 shots for Arsenal, 5 for Man United.
Yeah.
13 corners. Goodness gracious, 0 to Man United.
Whoa.
I mean, too. The
Was it
only.
that dominant?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's that dominant, but just Man United on corners are soft as shit. Like they literally every single corner was pretty much Onana was like flapping. Every single corner was almost a goal, and to be honest, I wasn't surprised by the way Man United came and played. It was like, you know, when Leicester came and played against us.
Oh, just Leicester.
Wow.
2 months ago, they had 2 touches, if I'm not mistaken, in the box, in our own box. 2 touches. This is supposed to be, you know, a massive club and an ambitious club, and, you know, Hoyland with WWE instead of football for
I
most.
miss you, Stefan. I miss you.
I'm ready, guys. I'm filled up. I'm ready to actually talk shit. I'm ready to talk so much
Hey,
shit.
Steph, answer me this then. Like, I think you said it from early. Arsenal, you're winning the league, right?
Yes, I do believe that. Yes.
Jeez.
Hey,
Liverpool
I
gonna
just
bottle it.
want to underline. This is my opinion. This is not This is not FaZe's opinion. Okay, guys. So don't pick on him because of me.
Yeah.
Don't pick on me. But, you know, at least, unlike the Liverpool fans in our chat, I can say yes, we'll win the league. Not say, oh, maybe, let's see, transition FC, you know, Slot is a genius, but we can't say that we can win the league and all of that. At least I can do that. I do believe that Arsenal will win the league for the main reason is that if you look at our schedule from February onwards and you compare it to Liverpool's remaining games where they have to go away from home, like we saw today where they got they didn't get very lucky. Mohamed Salah saved them, as usual. Mohamed Salah saved them from losing this game and the ref. So
Oh,
yeah.
no Liverpool. No.
Okay, sorry to divert. We'll talk Liverpool in a minute, but the
Can't
reason why,
wait to shut up,
no,
boy. You know, I can't wait.
just just the final thing. Just the final thing is, for me, why I still believe Arsenal will win the league is that our schedule compared to Liverpool's is just far weaker. If you look at our most difficult games, we've already played them: away to Spurs, away to Man City,
Newcastle,
away to Newcastle,
the
away to
Kingmakers.
Villa, away literally. Whilst Liverpool have almost pretty much played every single top 10 team, apart from us and Man United are not a top 10 team. I apologize for that. Apart from us, every single other team they've played Chelsea at home.
That's the second shot.
Yeah. They've played Chelsea at home. They've played Man City at home. They've played who else? Brighton at home. Bournemouth at home. Brentford at home. Every single team that is in the top 10, they've played at home, and they're gonna play them in January. Oh, Villa at home too. So yeah, I do think if we can go on a run, they will draw points. But that's just my opinion.
Wow. I don't know if Ash, Preach, if you guys saw the game, what you guys' thoughts are.
I don't know if Preach wants to respond to that first of all.
Oh,
or
yes.
if you want to talk on the Arsenal
On
game.
the clap back.
You see, this time last season, he knew the away fixtures as well. All he just told us is what the away fixtures are going to be. That's all he said. Like he's like guaranteed he's going to win all those games. That's all he said was the fixtures. Like this time last season, we knew who was playing who in December as well. And yeah, that's all you done.
Okay, Preach. Okay. So how is that a counterpoint?
I don't want to get into it. He ain't said nothing special really. He just said nice words.
He ain't saying nothing.
What he just said is the fixtures. Because what he's done, what he's talking about, he hasn't done yet. He hasn't done yet what he's talking about. He hasn't crossed that line yet, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Wait, you crossed that line once during
Do
COVID.
that stuff with Man United, man. Do that stuff with Man United or that WWE talk, bro. All of that with them, man. We've got 5 senior players that have crossed the line against like Pep recently, bro. They know what they're doing, innit?
That is true. Joe Gomez, what a winner.
Sorry,
what a winner.
Listen, we spoke, please. All of that stuff was just gibberish.
Okay, Preach.
Gibberish, bruv. It sounded good. That's why I let you speak. Bruv, you know I didn't interrupt you, bruv. I did not interrupt you.
Sorry.
That's probably the first time I've not interrupted someone, fam. Because it was all gibberish. All you said was the fixtures for next year, the end of 2025. That's all you said.
Okay.
That we knew at the beginning of the season. We knew that before we even kicked a ball.
Have you finished? Okay, have you finished? I just want to point out, Preach, when you were saying the same thing last season, when I said you couldn't maintain this based on the back of the brilliance of your forwards, especially Mohamed Salah. When I said that you're gonna drop off because the moment Mohamed Salah drops off, or any of your other top players, inevitably will, because they're over exceeding whatever their performances and stuff from what they're expected to do. When I told you this and you said it's gibberish, you just hate Liverpool, this and that, blah, blah, blah. What happened?
It wasn't.
What happened?
What you said is generic. Like when you lose Saliba, you stop performing as well. When City lost Rodri, they stopped performing as well. It's not special. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't say nothing special. It's generic. I can say the same thing to you about Saliba when he's not playing. There's proof.
I didn't say getting injured. I didn't say getting injured. I said not playing at the level. The way.
No, I get.
Mohamed Salah.
Listen. Whatever you say, it's the same thing. If you take away a star player, it has a bad effect on the team. I don't get what you're saying. Everything you say is just generic.
I didn't say that. I said that.
I know what you. No, you're not listening to me. Whatever you say. So don't tell me what you didn't say. I don't care. Whatever it is generic, bro.
Don't say what you're about to say. No.
Everyone's best players and they both perform as good.
I didn't say okay, but there's a context and a difference between
there ain't no
the
context.
best. You cannot
ignore the context. You just
No,
know
no,
the
yes, you have
essence
because
of the
because
ball when you
because
want to talk about your little 5% content.
what do you mean 5% context? Mohamed Salah now literally makes up over half of your goals and assists. If he drops in form, do you not think that the difference in performance to Liverpool will be far
Fam,
greater than Arsenal?
how many tackles does Saliba make to stop a goal? If he stops performing well, then most of those goals are going to start going in. Like, you're just saying generic
I
stuff.
just
That's what happened to
okay, maybe
football,
you're
though,
right.
fam.
I
Like
just think
even back in the day, fam, Beckham, fam. If he's off form, then all the crosses ain't going in. That's all you're saying, fam. All you're saying is that when a player is playing bad, their best ability is not the best. That's all you're telling me, brother. And that's
okay.
every player, fam. Every single individual that you see out there, that happens. If they're not playing at their best, then the whole team misses out on what they do. That's all you're
No, but
telling me.
honestly, preach.
One more thing. One more thing. I promise. One more thing, because I
Okay,
don't
okay,
really care about
okay.
what you're saying. Yeah.
Eh,
All you're giving is hope. It's just hope
It's
talk.
not
If
hope.
you,
There was
no, bro,
precedent
if
last
you
year.
at the beginning, if at the beginning of everything you say, if you just say, "I hope this has happened," Ruba, I'll leave you. You know. If you just say, "I hope this happens," I'll let you talk. But you
I'm
keep
not
talking.
hoping. I'm using
No,
precedent.
please. No, bro,
It
no,
happened
fam. You
last
just
year.
no,
It
but fam,
happened
last year.
exactly last
Yeah,
year.
but what did you do last year as well?
We won 15 of our last 17
No,
games,
what
and
did
from
you
a
see?
five
I'm
point.
saying, did you win anything last season?
How does that have anything to do with your point about Liverpool dropping off? You're trying to make out to be that
No, what I'm
I'm
trying to say
using
is, what I'm
I'm
trying to say
bullshitting.
is, what I'm trying to say is, if you're using what happened last season
Yeah.
as as a reason to what's going to happen this season, you got to do it with everyone, not just Liverpool. You got to
And I
say,
did do it. And I
no,
did do it. If you remember,
you just said you're going to win the league this season.
yes, I
So
believe that.
what you're saying, our season, this season is based on last season, and your season isn't based on last season. It's just
Okay,
based on
so
what you
what
see.
has so have you changed your squad in any single way from last season where you
Yeah,
literally
yeah, yeah.
flamed out?
We've got a new manager.
Yes,
Gravenberch is playing in a different position.
playing every single game.
So
Every
no,
single
no, no.
game.
Wait. No, let's stay to the point. You asked me that
Okay.
question. Innit? So there's some changes. There are some changes. We've got a new manager. We've got Edwards in place. Hughes. We've got quite a few like staff as well. There's quite
Stop
a
with
few.
this fucking Michael Edwards, man. Stop acting as if
No,
he
bro,
plays
no,
on the pitch.
bruv, it doesn't matter. It affects. You can't just ignore factors.
I'm just glad that we've got into title talk finally. Preach like I'm
Thank you,
happy
too.
that we're here. I'm like us. It took me. I couldn't do what Steph could do to you in 10 minutes. Like I've been trying for the last 4 months or something, but Steph
What
did it
to
within
do? What
10 minutes. Preach.
have I
Just
said? You know, are all this is what I'm saying. You lot are all jumping. Have I said that we was going to win the league? I'm
are
trying
you
to get.
No,
after all
preach.
that?
You
Who's
said
that?
you said
I'm trying to
no.
get, bruv. You're
Are
letting
you
him
giving me
lose
the
you.
for
You're letting
third?
him lose you with twisting the points. I'm just
But Stefan isn't
rebutting.
talking about fighting for third. He's talking about the Premier League. Are you telling me
No,
you gave
listen.
all this conversation about your squad for third place chase? Is that what you're talking about? Because Stefan's talking about the title. That's what he's
Yeah,
talking about.
I know, and and I'm saying to him, yeah, he's saying what we're doing is based on last season, innit? So I'm trying to see, is last season based for what he done for his team as well?
Everything Stefan is saying in terms of winning the league. That's
Yeah, but
all. That's his whole context.
he hasn't won the league though.
But
So
you,
he's
but
saying
you
he
said that.
has.
So are you contending now? Are you contending for the league?
No, fam,
Oh, don't ask him
you
that
think,
too.
bruv,
Don't ask him that.
All right. So
tune.
we'll get there in a moment.
That's what I'm saying. 'Cause
Liverpool.
you know I'm better than that, fam. You know that was just you tried to do that
What does that mean?
because
What
you're
are you
over it,
answering?
I'm
bro. Because
confused.
you, what I'm saying is, yeah, Stefan's point was, yeah, we're not gonna do it because of last season, innit?
Do what though? You're not going to do what?
He said we're not gonna win the league because of last season, innit?
Yeah. So why do you care?
So
Like
I'm saying,
you're fine for third.
so I'm saying, does that mean the same for you because you didn't win the league last season?
But we're
And
talking about
he's not,
Liverpool.
and that no. But what I'm saying is
Why are
that
you
point.
changing it to Arsenal? I'm
Well,
asking you about Liverpool.
we are on Arsenal. We're gonna talk about Liverpool, Newcastle later, bruv.
Okay.
We
Okay.
are on Arsenal, fam. We are on Arsenal. Don't try it. You see what I'm saying? You're not falling for the tricks. You get me? He's smart, you know. It's cool. It's cool, bruv.
There's no tricks. There's no tricks,
What
preach.
I'm
But
saying is, so what I'm
I
saying.
actually
Sorry,
my
wait, hold on,
opinion.
one second, because you know what I've realized here. Points ain't really getting dealt with. Just bare things getting thrown back. and forth. You get me? Hopefully that's not a pause. But Toon, do you understand what I'm saying now? Yeah, we're talking about Arsenal, yeah, and he's saying that Liverpool's not going to do that based on last season. So I'm saying, is that the same for Arsenal? And he's saying no. So I'm saying, what's different for you then? Like, what is it that you're based on your theory, innit? If it's all based on last season,
Yeah, so Stefan, first of all, the whole context of Stefan is we're going like the first thing Ash asked him was, are you going to win the league? Stefan said yes, like just like that. And the whole
yeah,
conversation went from there. So
yeah,
Stefan's whole premise is on winning the league and that he believes he's got the squad, he's got the team. He believes that Liverpool are going to fall off because you're more reliant on your big stars like Salah. Yes, they got Saliba and those guys, but he feels that you're more reliant on your Salahs, and if
yeah.
those guys go, you're going to fall off. But
Okay,
he's
but
talking about in
right,
context of the league.
just that point there, yeah.
Yeah.
If they fall off, you said. So this is what I'm trying to get at. It's all
But
hopeful.
there's been a
because-
precedent.
because-
Preach.
no, but what-
Last
no.
season,
Exactly,
you fell off.
exactly.
You
So
fell
everything,
off.
yeah, and this is what I'm trying to say. Remember, we're talking about Arsenal, yeah. So I'm saying, okay, last season you didn't win, so why
No,
doesn't
but
that?
yeah, but preach. I understand. We all understand where Steph is coming from because he said they're going to win the league. I
but
personally don't understand why.
But I've answered. You know my answer to the question. So you're
I
asking me a
don't.
question. No, he's asked me a question that he knows the answer to. That's you lot's fault if you're wasting your time on that. I've answered that.
You're dodging.
That's you lot's fault, bro. I love the show, but I like coming on the show, but I like doing this, fam. So I don't care. I'll take the limelight for how long. Like I love the show, bro. Well done. I love the show. I've answered that question bare time. So you lot's fault.
Okay, preach. You said in the WhatsApp chats, the only time where I read any sort of expectation, where I read any sort of, in a way, like some sort of expectation that you had was, I'm just happy that this didn't become the Roy Hodgson era. People said we were gonna be back to the Roy Hodgson era.
This is what I'm saying, yeah. You're not even. This is what's scary, yeah, because all you do is WhatsApps, yeah, and that's your problem, bruv. Because we've already been on the show, and I've said
I'm on
third
stream now, preach. I'm on stream now. No,
I've been on the show, and I've said
I'm
third
outside. I'm outside.
Team has said
You know where I'm at.
yeah.
I know how
At
to
the beginning of the
find.
season,
I'm not to find. In fact, I'm looking for you, son. I'm like,
You know the way there.
the Brethren ain't even seen you as well, bruv. He's been in a WhatsApp group chatting all this gibberish, bruv. That's where he's been.
Hey, but I can see, but I can see now you're getting a little nervous. Before you were more confident. Now you're
Oh, it's
now
just
now,
you,
now,
fam.
now you
It's
drop
you. I swear
points.
down, it's just you, bruv. I'm so honest. It's just you, bruv. I get it, bruv.
What is the actual points at the moment? What is the points difference between Arsenal and Liverpool?
Seven.
Seven.
That's a lot of points, though.
True.
2 wins and a draw. It's less than 9,
lot.
less than 11.
Who's Liverpool
Yeah,
got
yeah.
next? Who's Liverpool?
I'll
Let me
take
see.
it.
Who's Liverpool got next?
Everton.
Everton away. Everton at
Everton.
Goodison, where they don't have a very
How
good.
you feeling, Preach? How you feeling about that? Everton away.
Wait, they was on fire today, but as long as we don't give them,
It was on fire.
we'll be
I
all
seen a
right.
little four, you get me?
Some jittery is the
Down.
I was like,
He's worried.
no, Allison needs to come back though.
40 crit.
Really? Yeah. Really? Okay. I mean,
It's getting like the pressure's getting on. We need Allison back now still, and you know
What
even
are you saying though? If you man beat your bogey,
no, not today.
I think
Sorry,
Everton. I think Everton are kind of like your bogey team. Would you say that's
They
fair?
are. They are.
sorry,
Really?
let's say
Fair.
something. I think we jumped the gun. I thought we were supposed to be because we still got to respect too. And we're talking about Everton already, and
Nah, talk about it.
No, we'll get back to it. We're back and forth for like ping pong.
I'm just.
enjoying
I
this.
want to show Toon his respects. I want to show Toon his respects still. You know?
That's good.
No, talk
That's
that.
good of you.
Like it's me and Ash here. Like, 'cause we're both asking the question, man. What's going
Cool.
on?
Yeah. Now, but Everton. Well, you know, it's this what I'm saying. Newcastle, if you was gonna win, it would have been at St James Park because that's when you do win. It's there. Do you know what I'm saying? So there was a bit of nerves there. But when we got the 3-2, I thought, yeah, that's it. Same old story. And then I guess only someone like Allison wouldn't have made that mistake there. You get me? Like you need the world class.
It was Kelleher's fault. If Alisson was in goal, that would never happen.
I
But
believe.
guys. Yeah, but wait. Kelleher also say after a beautiful creative pass from Joe Gomez, he also made a really good one-on-one save.
Great save. That's why I think he's a great number 2, world class. But like today,
I do
Play
think
for
today,
Newcastle.
I think
he's really
today,
good, man. He's a really good. He's a really good. If I'm Kelleher, and I see that they prioritize Mamachvili and they
Yeah,
still
that's
give
crazy.
Allison number 1, I'm putting in a. I
Yeah,
think
but-
Kelleher could easily play for a top 10 Premier, in my opinion.
Do you know
should play
I,
for Newcastle.
you
Could
know
be
what I
number
like
one.
though? This is why I like Michael Edwards, yeah, because we don't really actually know. So all of this is like hope talk again. You know what I'm saying? Cause for all we know, like Allison might have 2 years left. Kelleher might get the promise. The Donny's
Okay.
like 23. He might be cool with being a number 2. Like there's so much
Not gonna be
alternatives.
no. He's not gonna be cool to be a number 2.
This is what I like, Stefan. So I told you, if you just say I hope at the beginning of everything you say, bro, I will let you go, bro.
Mm.
Okay,
Seriously.
would you if you're wait, Reach, let me ask you. Let me
Like
ask
I'm gonna get. It's like I'm gonna get a Lamborghini when I get 200 bags.
no, but wait, Preach, honestly, if you're putting in the performances that Kelleher literally had, in my opinion, for the calendar year of 2024, Kelleher has performed better than Allison for that calendar year. If you're putting in those performances, would you be
You
content?
can't really play at the same time, you know. Like, so
No, but
well, they're not
his
playing.
point, though, Stefan, is like Kelleher is any other team
I
apart
agree with
from
you.
I thought
Man
you were
City.
talking Russian there too. I thought that was a bit Russian there.
Honestly, Kelleher, I see Chelsea. I see Chelsea moving for him in the summer. I see Chelsea paying big bucks because Sanchez is a shit show.
And you know what? Sorry to interject here because this is another thing, yeah. Because this is what you lot allow, yeah. Because you're all just kind of like you're a bit CUNTs, yeah. Because like you know exactly what's going on, you know exactly what's happening, but you're trying to make it seem like it's cool. Like, do you get what I'm saying? The guy's been playing well. He's been representing in the Liverpool shirt, yeah, and that's all man's trying to say. But at this specific moment is the time you choose to want to talk about. Oh, he may want to leave. Like he may not want to be here. Like we all know what's happening. We all know what is happening, but you're just gonna act like you don't.
Yeah, it's all the same. It's all the same. Like, it's just like, yeah, hope. So it's cool.
What could we say the same about Foden?
Ramsdale, yeah.
Is Foden done? I mean, I know it's random.
No, you lot can't say
come
that
on.
after all the defense you gave him and generational.
I was asking. I was asking.
Well, what's happened to Foden?
Just making sure. I don't know.
Have you guys?
What, the PFA double player of the year? That
I
Foden.
just making sure. I don't know. Just making sure.
Guys, have you seen his stats this year? He has, I think, 1 goal and 1 assist in like 15 games.
He's better than Saka, though.
He's better than Saka. He's generational. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I think,
Whoops, what if I started here?
yeah.
Remember that.
We haven't got to talk about Newcastle. They did play as well. It wasn't just Liverpool. Liverpool didn't just play with Liverpool. They played Newcastle.
We got to talk about Newcastle. They were excellent.
They brought Joe Willock on. Let's go on.
Nah, you know what? I don't know if who's watched the game, but it was a really, really good game. First of all, like, and obviously Liverpool came in hot favourites.
Turn the camera off.
I hold on though too before you go. Yeah,
I'm here,
just
guys. I'm here.
Don't I always
setting up.
say that Newcastle will always just go. We're not doing that. Don't I say this all the time? Every week, they constantly disrespect, talk about Eddie Howe, and do all these things, and I always say, don't think them man are shit, bro. Sorry to cut you. Go ahead.
Joe Linton's coming for you.
Joe Linton really came today. He really come for that.
But I thought Gordon played well. I thought Gordon did his team.
Amazing. You know what? You would have enjoyed. I had a conversation because when we played Crystal Palace 4 days earlier, we didn't register 1 shot on target against the second bottom team.
I watched that game. Yeah,
it was insane. You wouldn't think that Newcastle team is going to then go score 3 goals against Liverpool within 3-4 days, and it's just about bringing confidence to the team. And the reason why Gordon played like that is our wing, especially our fullbacks, Livramento and Hall, they have to push up. You have to have so when they do push up, is able to either go in a little bit closer to Isak and the others. Otherwise, he's not like a Doku, Savinho, Riyad Mahrez where you can just leave him by himself. He's not a dribbler. Does that make sense? Yes, he goes past players, but he's not.
He's aggressive.
Yeah,
High
he's not like
energy.
he's aggressive, but he hasn't got the skill like a Kulu has, like a Diaz has, like to kind of like.
Poor man's Martinelli.
Oh wow. That's why Liverpool wanted Gordon though. Didn't Liverpool want him?
Yeah, they still do apparently.
They did it, and it got really close to him moving. He was like,
No, it was. We were talking about payment structures and everything. We got that far.
It's nuts. It's actually nuts.
Say that again.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that?
No, that was the owner's fault and Eddie Howe and all of that guys. We were 2 days away from breaching a PSR because we were 70 million over the threshold, and then someone went and made a phone call to Gordon saying we have to sell you to Liverpool before, and then like 24 hours before that, a day later, that's when Forest and Brighton came for Elliot Anderson and Minte. So that's our fault. That's all on us. Like Gordon was ready to sign a new contract. He had a rate. It's not to say that Liverpool can't, whatever, but that was our owner's fault. Like they made the phone call to Gordon to let him know that, hey, we need to sell you. So
but Toon, wasn't it first? I remember reading they're willing to sell Bruno, then it switched to Gordon. They had to make like a big
Bruno,
sale.
yeah, Bruno had a release clause for 100 million.
Yeah.
So that's what he wanted in his contract. So after that expired, now it's expired. So if you want Bruno, it's going to cost you more than 100 million.
He also loves. I can see Bruno loves playing for Newcastle.
Yeah,
You can see he would love to actually stay. And he even did interviews. I think he kind of knew that they were kind of maybe shopping him in the market for a period of time. And he even said like, "I want to stay here. I love it." Well, it's Anthony Gordon, great player. I love him, but he's as loyal as Stalin. Yeah, he's not loyal at all.
I want my run back. That's what he is. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about that goal, though. Bro. That
By the way, I don't know if you guys, I don't know if Tottenham might be interested in this, but apparently Harvey Barnes might be up for sale.
Yeah, I saw that.
Why though, Toon? Why? Yeah. He's good. Hasn't he been good for Newcastle?
He's been excellent for us, but we've got a surplus in terms of that left wing forward side. I don't want to sell him, but it might be a position when we might have to, because Gordon's there, Willett can play there, Joe. I know they're not as good as Barnes, but he's having it. It's quite tough for him to get in at the moment.
I love today. I love Joe Linton. I think he's one of the most underrated.
Finally,
players.
Somebody gets to see what I see.
In my opinion, he's one of the most underrated players. Today, he absolutely bullied the Liverpool Rodri, as they called him in the chat.
What did you guys think of Tonali? I thought he had
I thought he was dope.
Yeah,
I liked him.
I actually thought your whole midfield dominated Liverpool. I thought Bruno. The thing with Bruno is I watched him against
he's so press resistant.
Was it Palace? Against the big teams, Bruno plays amazing. Like I watched him against Man City when you drew 1-1-2 against us. Played really well. But against the smaller teams, I think it was Palace that he was awful. He was terrible. So hopefully he can
I think Newcastle need to find a balance of, because I knew that we will play better against Liverpool. I know we can't control the results because Liverpool can really just turn it up in 10 minutes, score 2-3 goals, and that's it. But I knew like Liverpool and just more like top 6, top 7 teams are good. Sometimes you've got a good dance partner because they're going to take the initiative or whatnot. Whereas, for instance, against Palace, they didn't want to come out their half, and that we had to think about things. We're like a Nunes.
Nunes today.
Does that make sense? Like,
if it's like Nunes, that Nunes had that chance in the 6-yard box, and I was like, "What are you doing, bro?"
That was mad.
Can I ask Toon, where the hell is Sven Botman? Where is
he's due to come out and he's come back from ACL in the next few weeks. He's already training for us, but he's been had an ACL injury.
ACL?
He had an ACL, man. We had 2 ACLs.
I thought he had an ankle. I thought he had issues.
No, ACL went. The knee went.
The knee went. Shit.
Yeah, man.
He was so good that season. You guys got.
He's our guy, man. He's gonna come back this December. So
when I watched Dan Burn,
wait, Stefan, how was you watching Liverpool, Newcastle, and Arsenal, Man United? I swear they're the same.
I watched the first half of Liverpool, Newcastle, and there were points where after Arsenal scored, I focused on. I knew we would win. Like,
So-
no, I'm serious.
Oh, you just
I
read off
knew we would
United, yeah?
win. I knew we would win, so I put on the Liverpool game on my laptop and pretty much watched more of it than the Arsenal game.
wow.
Yeah.
So what you
We
saying,
need some.
though?
Where's Yoms and that? The disrespect here is
I know. I was gonna
crazy.
say you might not rate Xerxes or Hoyland.
Yeah, Xerxes. Yeah, he's.
Xerxes, yeah. That says it all.
I just wanna. There was one moment in the game. I don't know if you guys remember. I think it was like the 85th, 86th minute where Leandro Trossard bodied Xerxes. This guy is.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys.
That's when I said in the chat it was moving like Prime Zabby.
He was.
Yeah,
He
Trossard
was
had him.
soft,
Trossard
he is
had him.
Soft as shit. For
Yeah,
such a big
wow.
guy, he has zero dog. Absolutely zero.
He's
aggression.
soft, bruv.
He is soft. He's really soft.
Yo.
Xerxes, how old is he?
He's like 22, 23.
And this is what I'm saying because I always want to take an opportunity to just appreciate and give some respect to my gaffer. Do you get what I mean? Because you see the young players like that. You see when you just let them out when they're not ready and prepared.
Come off
Hey,
that.
Mr. Call Center. Mr. Call Center. Yeah.
Well,
Hello,
done.
hi, Yobes. How you doing, mate?
Your boy Xerxes.
Yeah, I'm all good, bro. I'm all good.
Right
I'm
on
all
cue,
good.
man. Right on cue, man.
Are you moving the strays? You need to move the stray bullets that Stefan's been shooting at Man United. So I don't know if you.
These man, I've seen why all of a sudden Stefan's back. I'm saying, like, come on.
Listen, Yums. I took a brief break. I've been probably one of the most regular streamers on here. It's the whole of last year when Preach last year disappeared for 3 months after March. Nobody said anything. Nobody said anything about that.
Call up.
No.
Two back. It's like
Because you know why no one said anything? Because I didn't disappear, bro. Don't be silly. 3 months. 3 months. He said 3 months, you know, Ash. He said 3 months.
It could be 3 months. It could be 2 months.
And these times, when 3 months from when?
From February, March, I would say. I didn't see you on the stream.
You
February,
weren't
March,
there, bro.
April.
You didn't see me on the stream. You weren't there, bro. That's why you didn't see me.
That's true. I know. I'm just saying, Preach.
Just
I
remember,
got
when you
worried.
left, bro,
I was sad that you weren't
listen,
on the stream.
never-
I was really sad.
You won't get me, bro. Yeah? You ran away after a loss. That's why you talk like that, bro. Yeah.
I ran away after a loss.
Yeah, I remember that day. You get me? You ran, and that's why you wanted to highlight when I disappear all the time. Bro.
No, I'm just.
All right, fam.
Life's about to
I'm
chocolate.
just joking, Preach.
never know
I'm-
what you're gonna get.
It's all right, man. It's all right. It's all right.
Stupid is as stupid does.
Anyway, back
I
to
love you,
the
Jay.
No, can I just also say, following Newcastle, another player that is highly underrated and is never talked about as a very good player, Fabian Schär. Tremendous,
Finally, Stefan, where have you been all my life, man?
tremendous player
Finally.
again. Tremendous
Get it,
player.
bro.
Yeah. No, seriously. If Fabian Schär played for Liverpool or Man United or for any of the bigger clubs, they'd be going on about him as like some revolutionary center back. Some of the shots that he does, the long range passes,
Crazy.
he's a really good. Does he make mistakes from time to time? Yeah, but he's an awesome player. He really is.
Who's better, Shaw?
Yobes.
They both got nice names.
Sorry, what's that?
Who's better, man? Who's better? I want to know.
Listen, I don't know. All I know is I'd rather the career that Delict had.
One of those ones, yeah. One of
You'd
those.
rather have
One
a
of those
career,
ones.
which is
But
what.
who am I to say anything?
But Yum, would you have his career? He went to Juventus, flopped. They got rid of him. Went to Bayern Munich, flopped. They got rid of him, and now he's at Man United.
Oh, so he flopped at Juventus, and
Yes.
that's why Bayern Munich paid so much money for him because he flopped. Come on, Stefan. Sometimes, bro, just think
He
before
was
you
on
speak.
the bench. He was on the bench for Juventus. They got rid of
Yeah.
him.
But it's not
So they
unusual
paid-
for clubs to buy flop players like like Sancho.
That's
and
true.
stuff like that.
That's true. But
No.
I'm
Tune.
just saying.
Chill.
Anthony.
Man United, the Glazers bought
Oh, no.
Glazers
That's
bought flops for
crazy.
big money.
Glazers.
That's crazy.
It's
But
crazy.
Let's be real. let's be
Man
real.
United are BG before Glazers. Like
Saying that
anything
he,
before that.
Man said AC and DC. And,
I don't even know
DC.
what's the talking point now. Have we moved
It was about
on?
Newcastle, Liverpool, and how good Newcastle were and how good the game was, and Liverpool as well. Like it was a great show.
But then he was talking about Shaw, and then it was like Shaw the lit, and I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah,
he's better." What?
Yeah, don't forget that bit, Ash. Yeah.
The truth is,
I
I don't
don't
really even. I don't like. I think the Licks had an amazing career in it. So I'm sure if you ask
When you
Fabian
have to
Shaw,
talk about players' career rather than how they're performing, you kind of already know
what's
who's
He's not
playing.
brilliant now.
What's the Lick done wrong now? Go on.
I don't know.
The Lick's been really good for United, so I don't get where this comparison is coming from. Or is it just because they're two centre backs?
Today I agree. Today, in my opinion, no. Today he was Man United's best player in
The Lick's been brilliant in the United shirt.
Both of them been playing well.
Yeah, so I don't know where the that's what I'm saying. I don't know where the comparison is coming from. Or was it just a setup? Was it a jab, hoping for the uppercut? Was it one of those?
Right, so David Luiz or Ledley King? Who's better?
Oh yeah, because David Luiz had a ridiculous career. If you look at the clubs he played for and what he won, true also. Yeah.
True.
Sure.
Oh, my chest, sorry.
Yoms, I can tell you're feeling a bit sore, man. I can tell that.
I'm not actually. I'm just
you're a bit
waiting
sore,
for when
man.
you start talking about United. I don't want to like join the stream and then just bring my agenda.
You're giving too many explanations. But I can tell that.
No, I'm good, man. I'm good. I know that's what you want, but sorry, Toon, that's not what you're gonna get. I'm sorry.
How was the game? What did you think of the game, by the way? Like from a Man United point of view, we didn't get to really hear a Man United fan saying
Which
about
game?
Arsenal.
The United Arsenal game?
Which game? Yeah, the Man United Arsenal game.
I didn't know you had finished talking about Liverpool. I'm just joined.
Yeah, without saying that, set piece FC. Let's go.
No, I thought the game was real tight in the first half. We obviously, when I saw the lineup, was obviously going to go defensive. And I think that's the difference between when Amorim plays the 3-4-3 with wing backs from the 3-4-3 wings. You can clearly see the difference.
Can anyone hear Yoms?
You're going in and out, and you're a bit low.
You bet, yeah. I think.
Can you hear me now?
Going in and out.
When I first lost, that's messed up the mic.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. We can hear you.
Yeah.
Lots of sound, lots of game.
Cool. Yeah. So
crazy.
I don't know. When you man are ready to let me know if I'm on a football stream or comedy show, just let me know. If you want, we've got that.
That's crazy. Man, question what we're doing.
What are we doing here?
That's crazy. I come here to talk about football and football.
Like,
fucking Eddie Murphy.
Which match? I thought you were talking about the match.
What's my message? Do I look funny to you?
Do we want not?
You look like a joke. You look like a fucking joke.
It was one of them ones. I didn't want to do a Stefan.
No, I get it.
Don't please. What is this Liverpool United connection that you guys have over me? It's embarrassing. You guys are Liverpool United.
No, it's not about you. It's not about you.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, sheesh. So you were saying?
You get very ratings.
Oh wait, you think I'm going to give an opinion after that? you man can go sit on a spike. You think I'm going
to give? I actually thought De Ligt was really good, and the what's his name, the Uruguayan midfielder. Ugarte, yeah, he was very good today.
Why did Maino not play? Oh, did he play in the first game in the
yellow card?
Yellow card, yes.
Oh, okay. What happened to Maguire? Because didn't he start? I didn't see him in the last third, or was he subbed?
Yeah. He played for like 60.
Did he get a yellow? Subbed.
Yeah. I thought it was a decent game. I mean, Arsenal are amazing at set pieces. Those set pieces are like fucking buzzy flies, man. They're so fucking annoying. It's like when people play the meta on FIFA. It's dead.
No,
But you
honest,
gotta give it to them. They done the damn thing on the set
no,
pieces and they won the game. I didn't
honest.
feel like as if we got played off the park or anything like that. I was expecting to get completely played off the park. If I'm honest.
Yoms, are you? And maybe this is a question. Like, the few times I saw Amarim, he had his head down like this and stuff like that. Are you?
Mm.
Are you a bit worried that he's?
His hair's starting to thin.
One goal away from cutting himself.
Uh-oh.
Wow, Chinks, that's
I
dark.
didn't even hear that. I'm not even going to hear that. I don't want to hear that. So,
Well,
I said no.
like, are you worried about his? Because Tottenham fans get it about Ange all the time. Man City getting it for Pep. So we're not picking on Amarim. I'm just saying, like, in terms of his body language, or is that we're reading too much into it? Do you reckon?
No, you want a manager that feels it when he's losing. And do you get what I'm saying? Pause. You want a manager that's gonna be like, rah, okay, like these instructions we're gonna need to think differently about X, Y, and Z. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think it's slightly different from what Ange and from what Pep does.
Guess who we are,
I mean, do you get what I'm saying? I think it's slightly different. I think Pep, he's earned the right to say what he wants, really.
That's
Do you
true.
know what I'm saying? And Ange, I don't even know if it's. I don't really have a problem with the way Ange speaks. I think he speaks to the media in a certain way, which ain't gonna last, ain't gonna put him in a good light for very long. But other than that, I don't really have a problem with the way he speaks. What he
There was
does.
something that Amarim said before the game what I thought was really, really good from a tactical point of view, and where I think he wants to take Man United to. He was saying that Man United currently, especially off the ball, they lack a physicality, so they're not quite, as big, as strong, as athletic, for instance, in Arsenal. And at the same time, on the ball, they're not as good technically to be able to offset the physicality part of it. Do you think the Arsenal game kind of highlighted that for you when you was watching it? I know the set pieces are quite evident of that.
I wouldn't say. I don't know. Like it's difficult to say that that's the issue for United against set pieces because those set pieces have been working against everyone.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? They work against teams that are physically big and strong. They work against teams that are not physically big and strong.
Exactly.
Sometimes you just got to take your hat off and say they found a niche in it. Like they're really, really good at set pieces. In the terms of the actual gameplay, I didn't see anything that worried me because we set up defensively. We was able to shut down the spaces under Ten Hag. Not to bash Ten Hag. Pause. That game would have been 4-0 in the first 20 minutes.
Ah, come on. Yo.
It would have been because the spaces. There's no better team at the moment other than Liverpool. Liverpool and Arsenal are the best teams at exploiting space. They
And
use
Tottenham.
space really,
Tottenham as
really
well.
well. Nah, Tottenham are a headless chicken, bro.
Tottenham,
Tottenham play basketball.
Mm.
Tottenham play basketball. I don't think they're great at exploiting space. They're just
No,
they're headless chickens.
no. They're great at giving up space. Yeah.
So I took you offset there. I shouldn't have said that.
But yeah, so yeah, I didn't feel any kind of way watching it, thinking, oh shit, like we are in even though it was a 2-0 L, it was good to see that the players are actually taking on what Amarin's instructions are, especially defensively.
I actually think, I agree with you, but I actually think Arsenal respected Man United too. They respected, even though we pretty much limited you. I think there was only two big, like I wouldn't even call them big chances. The De Ligt header and the Dalot shot, which was the two chances that you guys had. I think Arteta was. I get it. He was wary of of you guys on the break, but I thought Arsenal were too cautious, especially in the first half. In the second half, I thought all the running that you guys did, you did tire, and you gave up far more space. But I just thought Arsenal's attackers, they all had an off day. I thought Sacco wasn't very good. I thought Odegaard was off the pace, and Martinelli didn't have that much space because you guys were playing defensive. So I'm happy because of the fact that back in the day, Arsenal used to always be made fun of that they were soft, that they were highly technical, but always when it would get
Yeah, they're not soft anymore.
yeah, they're the opposite
Hey,
now.
yo.
But I completely agree with Yums. Like the set pieces, it's like watching the NFL. The way they make their runs, the way they cut in, it's absolutely nuts. Like I'm sure that he has taken some of the actual concepts of the set pieces from the NFL because it's very similar. The misdirection from the players on purpose. So for me, I really that's amazing. I just wasn't impressed by the performance as much on the field. I know it's a bit much to complain after a win, but we need to be better away to Fulham because that game Fulham played really well at home, and we have to do better than this. So yeah, that's just my
Yeah, no, I think that's a fair assessment. That's a fair assessment. I don't think Arsenal were great, but at the same time, I think United done very well to close down spaces and to make sure that the opportunities weren't there. So yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a memorable game. I think the occasion of it being Amram's first game against Arsenal was bigger than the actual game itself. Nobody's going to remember because even though you say United only had 2 chances, Arsenal barely had any chances from open play as well. Do you get what I'm saying? So it was just a game that was.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. The only chance
We should just play basketball, innit?
No, look, it's who we are, mate. But it's still good to see that. For me, that shows how Arteta has developed this team. That even when things aren't clicking, we can still win the game another way. For me, that's so refreshing. Remembering the days of Wenger, where we would pass the ball 100 times across like the box and Chelsea, and the way we play now reminds me a little bit of Chelsea, but in a better way. Because I remember we would have 70% of the ball, and then Chelsea would get a free kick or a corner, and then beat us 1-0. But back in the day with like Drogba and stuff and Terry, so this is very similar. But let's see if it's enough to win the league. I think it will be. I think we're a better team than any other team in the league currently. That's just my opinion.
We're versatile. Yeah.
Hey, but listen, guys, it's been a pleasure. I only showed up to say that I showed up. So no man can try step
my
at me.
God.
I know it's Cass.
This
I
is
know it's
crazy.
Cass ain't
20
here.
sports is what we're doing now, yeah?
I know it's Cass
That's
ain't
it.
here either. Where is
3
he?
shots is enough, and I'm out.
No, I already showed Ash. I've got like a 4:30 a.m. start, so I've got
play it.
about
Respect, young. Respect.
but
Respect.
love
Stay
guys.
up all
Good to
night.
see you, sir. Good to see you.
Good to see
Where's
you, bro.
Ian, by the way? Tell him to come on next time because
He
he
doesn't
always talks shit
arrive
in this
anymore.
one, huh?
Pause. He's a coward.
After he turned up with his gown, he stopped.
Yeah,
after
he's
that.
a coward, man. Big cowardly lion, man. You know, it's funny though. Just here, listening to you guys and stuff. It's nice to know that like we're describing games as basketball matches, and then Toon saying that like Liverpool are the perfect dance partner, which I translate to styles make fights. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's along those lines of things. I just want to take this opportunity to big up my manager because we're a team that have several different faces. Do you know what I mean? We just don't have to turn up and play a basketball game. We can just take all the energy and fun out the game and just rely on set pieces and just dunk on, man. Do you get what I'm saying? Or we could turn up, give you a 5-2. Do you get what I'm saying? We could give the team that beat Man City a 4-0. It depends what face we want to show on the day. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I wanted to say, man.
Yeah. You're showing the abilities to win the league and that. Ash, you got on the big screen. Mark Gahey, ESPN has learnt that Crystal Palace and England centre back Mark Gahey could face an English Football Association charge. I thought they weren't going to do that after writing "I love Jesus" on his rainbow coloured captain's armband for Saturday's 1-1 draw at home to Newcastle United.
Racism.
Stamp it out.
I watched. I don't know if you guys saw. I saw a clip from Talksport. Simon Jordan talking about this.
Love that guy,
yes,
man.
the expert on anything. Yeah.
No,
He owned Crystal Palace, man. Put
he
some
did
respect
on Crystal Palace. He did on Crystal Palace, and I think he made the point. I don't know what you guys think about this. Is that football is meant to be just essentially of sport and entertainment and escapism for people, but the powers that be, and this ain't just the armband; it could be for anything, are using it too often for things and like ideologies and things that they want. And the more you kind of push things on people, the more you're going to kind of essentially get a reaction from people on that. Like for you guys and for all of us and all the chat really is like, what's you guys' thoughts on that in terms of like what's football to you? Do you think football should push? Because obviously we had, for instance, like the BLM thing a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Some people on their knees, some people not on their knees, and stuff like that. Like, what's you guys' thoughts on like social things coming on
Pause.
oh goodness gracious.
This is a legendary run.
Absolutely.
We started talking about LGBT, man started dropping bare innuendos. This is crazy. Man
Coming
clearly showed what side he's on in this debate.
We're gonna move on from this topic within 2 minutes. We're not staying on this long now. Oh my goodness gracious.
FaZe couldn't wait, you know. FaZe was like, yes. This is my type of topic.
FaZe, just give us your thoughts, man. Just give us your thoughts, man. Let's get it off the chest, bro. Say it before Kaz turns up, and then it's just all.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
You know what's funny here? Because Gay said, "Yeah, bad man don't apologize to."
Did you say that? No, he didn't. You're not serious.
Man. Yeah, you just know it's nonsense, man. They're just pushing that propaganda and all that stuff. And football is football, man. Just put the ball in the back of the net, man. As simple as that, man. I don't get what all this stuff is, man. People's beliefs are their beliefs, innit? I think it's a bit unfair. You want to force people to, I don't know, what's the word? Agree with your gender of what you want to do sexually, innit? That's your business, innit? Stop trying to force it on us, man. I just want to kick a ball in the net. So, yeah, man. That's all I can say.
All right, so that's that.
Stefan wants to comment. Stefan was like, no, guy.
So Man City going for us, right?
Go on, Stefan. Go on, Stefan.
No, because because of the group, I'm more liberal than you guys. For me, it's the actual notion that sport isn't political and like the Olympics is just complete horseshit. It's always been political. It's just people like to say this whenever there's some sort of political campaign that they don't agree with. If it's let's say, for example, whatever type of political, whenever people say, oh, you should keep politics out of sport, it's because the politics that maybe is being perpetrated within it, the person doesn't like it. So for me, for example, there are great moments in sport that raise awareness for everybody. For example, the Black Power salute in 1968 by the U.S. athlete runners. Yes, they were sanctioned by the U.S. government, but they'll always be remembered. And for years on by, and people will remember them for the fact that they raised awareness for the actual cause of Black civil rights in the U.S. It is similar here, where although I do agree with FaZe where you don't need to force it upon them. However, Mark Guehi has a choice. He could not wear it. And in my opinion, he should have not just, if he doesn't agree with it, just don't wear it. But don't act like you love everybody and all of this shit and stuff, because you clearly don't. You're hedging both sides. You don't agree with this campaign.
That's crazy.
No. But for me, it's you either don't like for example the Ipswich captain. He refused to wear it. Fine, that's his choice. That's good to go. Yeah, okay, but for me, it's I
But the
just
difference
think
between the 1968 and
Yeah,
what we're
man, say
seeing
it.
now,
Yeah, I was
1960,
waiting for how long ago we were
Everyone's
gonna let
waiting.
that
Everyone's
but,
waiting for
but,
that to happen.
1968,
no, but guys, but wait, but wait.
1968 was
There's no,
that was that was for the people. That wasn't supported by big business and corporations and the
Oh,
Premier League and saying
how is
wear
okay,
this armband or else type of situation.
but you actually say this that this is supported by
It is. It's the
it,
Premier League. It's literally
it's
got the Premier League
yeah, but
line on the
okay,
thing.
but it's supported by the Premier League because if you look at just basic views, just the average person in the UK, most, like I would say 60 to 70% of people accept LGBTQ rights. So it is in the league's interest for the Premier
branding
League
for branding,
as a
innit?
brand, no, as a brand to look like they're LGBT inclusive. So I get why they're doing it, but from an awareness standpoint, I think
So why don't
people
they then do that for Islam and Christianity or any other topic?
Ooh,
because
now
because
we're talking.
Uh-oh.
because religion, in my opinion,
Ah,
is is something
but you
else.
see now they've
Yeah,
opened up a
remember they
doorway
said
now.
save the Queen
Yeah,
They've
and all
opened
that.
up a
But
doorway that didn't need to be open.
I agree.
true,
I
very true.
agree with you that there's a very blurry line. But for me, in terms of this isn't a campaign to encourage, for example, because you say it has a political way. This isn't a campaign to encourage gay marriage or any other type of, as you would call it, agenda. This is just a campaign to raise awareness. And I
Would
think
would
people,
they open up a campaign for heterosexuality as well?
Yeah,
oh,
so yeah, this is
they
sexism.
can't. Yeah, but the reason why there is a campaign in general is because people in Europe, in my opinion, are very ignorant. Because I've had the luck to live in places where
San
literally,
Francisco.
no, not San Francisco, but in the Middle East. I grew up in the Middle East. Being gay in the Middle East is illegal. People are surveilled.
Yeah,
Yeah,
crazy.
people are
But
But
but you're
but
undoing you're undoing your own
crazy.
point there,
That's crazy.
but
Stefan, because first you're saying this is just including everybody. Now you're
yeah.
saying everybody's ignorant and we need to essentially
No,
educate them.
I
And
didn't
my
say
point is,
everybody's
well,
ignorant.
okay, then what if someone wants to educate people on Judaism, wants to educate people on Islam, wants to educate people on various other topics and issues? Is football going
Mhm.
to start doing that? I think the question people are asking then is,
Okay.
why this particular agenda? Why are people?
Because I agree, but because you said about Islam,
He
they do
started
educate.
beatboxing. He started beatboxing.
Wait,
Yeah.
but wait, they do educate people, but they educate it from an anti-racism standpoint, where they go against Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, anti-racism. For example, the Black Lives Matter campaign. With homophobia, there is still a very high level of homophobia in society. I'm not saying it's bad as before,
Is
but
it football's job to deal with that though? That's the whole thing about it. Is it football's job?
in my opinion, look, my political opinion is a bit different from you guys. I think that sport is bigger than just sport. Because it's a public institution. I think sport also has a right, just like sport educates you simple principles like discipline, like just hard work, teamwork, stuff like that. I think sport also has, as a public good, should educate people tolerance and acceptance of minorities, of different religions, of free speech. And I think if
That's
we
what
do it
that's
in
what
the
the
right
problem
way,
is.
in the right way,
That's-
of course, there's no perfect way. I
They're
agree
not
with you.
pushing. They're
Yeah.
not pushing the actual values now. They're pushing that. Do you know what I'm saying? When you talk about discipline, that's when everyone's included. Do you know what I'm saying? When you talk about those
Mm.
values, that's when everyone's included. But when someone's being told they have to do this, it's not like
But
he
but
feels
but
he
Preach, he
doesn't feel
doesn't have
included.
to do it. He doesn't have to do it. He cannot wear it if he doesn't want to. Don't be.
Anyway, I heard I heard that the gay pastors are extremely happy with this one. Anyway, they get both best of both worlds.
Yeah. Hold tight the gay pastor them.
Like
Yeah.
they're very happy, so you shouldn't really be too
You know,
into
you know
this.
what's
Yeah,
Like,
for real,
actually
because
funny
it's
as well?
unfair to punish him. Because when you think about it, yeah, he's still showing support for the cause by wearing it. Because as you said, people who didn't choose to wear it, they're not getting punished, are they? To my knowledge.
No, they're not. No,
So the
no.
fact that he
No,
chose to wear it and then on
he
top of
gets
that still show his
no more
love for his
self-offense.
religion, I think it's unfair. He's been punished for kind of compromising in a way.
Yeah, but he's doing it. Look, it's.
Yeah, we know why
I
he's doing
think
it.
he's.
You know why you're
I
caught there.
think,
You know why you caught there, Stefan. Because you're gonna have to justify why one cause is
Yeah,
okay to support rather than the other, and you
but they
can't
do
do
many
it,
which ain't
causes.
right.
and you
But
can't do
that,
it, and this is the problem that you have now.
okay.
Yeah, you're literally
And
right.
it's
But
not
wait,
about
but
Yeah,
wait,
educating
guys. But
people
wait, it's not
because
only. It's not
when you
only.
say when you say so, for instance, no one comes on this panel on football panels and says, "I'm going to educate you guys about football."
It's not.
Right? That's going to be insane for anybody to do that. That's going
no,
to
you're
come from a
right.
place of pure like arrogance to even to do
Hmm.
that, to assume I know more about football and you don't know about football, and I'm going to educate your ignorant mind about football.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And so therefore with no one, when people say we're here to educate people, I that's the kind of feeling that I get about it. Maybe people are educated and maybe they've made their choices. Gay, he clearly has made his choice. And when you put him in a corner of, hey, wear this armband, he's then having to be in a place where he has to declare his values and his beliefs.
Hmm.
And that's what happens. And this is the situation you now get in football.
No.
Because then what's to stop, for instance, we've got various conflicts all over the world.
Yeah.
You know, what happened to Mesut Ozil, for instance, and everything else, and that kind of situation from happening. And this is why, in my opinion, football should be totally neutral,
I
like
think.
totally neutral. But I'm pretty
Switzerland.
extreme in my neutrality, like in terms of like where the Olympics was, like for instance in the 1930s, and who was able to compete in that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel like it's literally that neutral.
Yeah,
But
and
we still got to see beautiful things as a result of
But
that. We
but
saw
but
people,
yeah.
Jesse
all they
Owens and
need
people
to
like
all they need to
But
do is
dude,
punish
but dude,
when the acts
sorry,
happen.
please go.
When the acts happen that they're not happy with, all they need to do is discipline it or punish it. Like, they don't need to have a
Mm.
campaign of the awareness in it. If some sort of discrimination happens, act on it real quick. No tolerance,
But
punishment, and that says where you get me. We just don't tolerate discrimination. You get me. But when you're pushing
but
something as well, it's like, yo.
It adds to the
but
issue.
they're not. But
And
they're
then
Really.
not.
remember,
But they're not
remember,
pushing it.
on international break here, he's gonna be playing, and before they start off, they're gonna be singing
Okay.
"God Save the Queen." Like
Oh,
he's
oh,
Mm.
okay.
saying
Okay.
it.
I'm gonna. Okay. If you guys want to go like this, absolute. Okay. I'm gonna shit on his arg on Umar Goihi because if he loves
Mark
God,
Gahey. You say who?
Mark Gay, sorry.
Who's Mark Gahey?
If he loves God so
I
much,
know
oh,
I know
wait,
who
wait,
Umar is.
wait. Let me just say because I look. I like people that are real and that are straight to the point. I would prefer him to not wear it than to hedge both ways. I prefer him to not wear it. Just show they don't act because you want to act all religious and love God and stuff, and I'm religious, but okay, if you want to go full on religious, then why do you play on Sundays, Mark? You
No, it's
shouldn't
not
play on
even that.
Sundays.
Money.
No, but that's
Okay, okay. How,
like
how
you're
is that? It's
saying,
the same thing.
so I don't want to go too far, yeah, but that's the equivalent of telling me, yeah, like when the police pull me up and like they're disrespecting me a little or whatever, or forcing me to do whatever to get searched, I should just I should just comply. Even though they're dealing with me wrong and I'm getting angry and I'm arguing back, like, no, you're forcing me, like you ain't doing it right. What's about my rights? What about my rights? And you're saying, just comply, just do what they say. That's what technically you're doing,
And
innit? He's
preach.
being
Yeah.
forced. No, he's being forced to do something, innit? Yeah.
Okay, okay, and preach and preach. Your example is the perfect thing. Police brutality in the U.S. and police
It's a good
discrimination,
subject,
I
lad.
said I don't
no,
want to go
no,
far.
no, but
That's
no,
what
but no, no. I'm not
sorry, I
shifting
said
to that. I'm not.
no, I
I'm
said
just saying that there was a campaign 2 or 3 years ago where so many people were ignorant about the plight of minorities, especially Black people, when it comes to
that's
police dealings
Americans.
and,
Yeah,
and
that's
police
Americans.
discrimination. But
Yeah.
that campaign helped, in my opinion, helped a lot of people
Help the
understand
organizers.
that it was worse than people thought because a lot of people from my race especially. I mean, I'm Eastern European, so maybe I'm a bit not as white as maybe you guys see me or something, but a lot of people were ignorant and they thought, oh, the cops, they're aggressive with and stuff like. But it took that campaign to see. what happened in the US, to see the issues with that. And for me, it's similar to this. It's not a campaign where they're forcing you to accept gay marriage or some sort of political agenda or anything like. It's just a campaign to raise awareness, just like there's
You know, when you say that though,
Black History
like
Month.
nobody believes that. Like, this is the whole point. You're saying it's just a campaign and the guy's getting sanctioned for it. It's clearly
He's
not
not getting
just a
sanctioned.
campaign.
He's not getting sanctioned. It's not. He
That's
hasn't
what
been
the report is. The ESPN report is saying
doesn't-
He might get
no,
sanctioned.
He doesn't, and he makes. I think he says something to Sky Sports. He says,
Yeah, but the fact it's even a possibility is
went,
crazy.
yeah, that's the fact that it went this far. The FA shouldn't have got involved at all. Like, they shouldn't have got involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ipswich dealt with their situation, innit?
And do you think this is more tied into the because of course we're not disagreeing with what your point is of Steph, of what the what it's representing. It's kind of the whole thing to a degree, that this is what Toon's saying, and we all think it can get a bit sticky when you start sticking your leg in waters that have nothing to do with you. You could just play football. Like, do you
But
get
they
what I
do,
mean?
guys.
Because
Yeah. Okay. And I'll finish off the point, because we'll continue this way. And I'll tell you that for me, the reason why this campaign is needed is because, tell me one active gay player in the Premier League that is out.
why is that football's duty?
yeah,
Because
That's the whole thing we're trying to say. It's not football.
that's not a requirement to play football. Isn't not be gay, you know? Like, that's not
I
actually
know,
the rule.
but suicide rates, especially among the LGBT community, is far higher because of the fact that they're not accepted as much in society. People calling me a woke lefty.
Yeah, but sorry to cut you, Toon. Though I can
Don't worry about
guarantee
the
you,
point.
there's
Don't
more.
worry
I
about
have I have voted. I have.
But
To the
there's
guy
more.
who calls me a woke lefty,
On that
I
same point,
voted
though, Steph.
right-wing.
Hold on. On that
I
same
voted
point, though,
right-wing my whole life.
there's probably quadruple more times heterosexual people who have committed suicide than
If
homosexual.
you look at per the percentage of the population, it is more than double for gay people, and I think for trans.
No, but I can
for
guarantee you,
trans
there's more.
people,
There's
So
more.
what about? So why don't they do wars then?
they
Like, why don't
did
they? Why
wars.
don't they,
Ukraine? They did the peace in Ukraine campaign.
Let me say one. I'm going to say one point just to finish up.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
think on the actual armband, he says, I don't know if you can read it. It
I love
says,
Jesus.
no, it says, Jesus actually loves you. Or this says actually, it says Jesus loves you.
Oh,
So he
wow.
could actually be talking about the LGBTQT community. Do you know what I'm saying? He could be saying a message that, you know what, we're all one, we're all human beings, and Jesus loves you as well. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's putting, and you know what's funny? The actual rainbow colors actually come from when Noah founded the covenant.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
That's
mean?
true. Yeah,
Which is
that's
a
true.
massive rainbow symbolization in Christianity. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's my 2 pence. I don't want to talk about it too much. I thought it'd be
told
interesting.
you.
But I just
Whatever, Ash.
I just wait.
Hey, put it in the WhatsApp group,
Cut the
Steph.
show. End the show.
And just a final thing, Ash. The thing of the reason why I think he's full of shit is because
Oh gosh.
in the state. No, I'll tell you.
He's just about to rest.
Gays over Christians.
Here we
Gays
go.
over
No, I don't.
Christians.
I'm Christian. The reason why
No,
is
you're not.
because in the States, I'm Christian.
You're an
In the
LGBT
States,
supporter.
no, wait. In the States, they have
So
the
what?
same
Fulham,
right.
you got Fulham next week, yeah?
Yeah.
Fulham, yeah.
Yeah,
What's your predictions? What's your predictions, Stefan?
Pause for predict, but yeah.
Tough game,
Oh,
man.
God.
Yeah,
Tough
good.
game. I'm gonna go for a really edgy 2-1.
What, to Fulham?
No, no, to Arsenal. It's a really last season we only got 1 point against Fulham, so they're I'm a bit worried, to be honest. But
Ash, are we doing predictions, or are we gonna talk about Man City finally winning the game?
Yeah. And then we can run predictions. Yeah. Let's do the Man City job, because obviously Man City are back now, right? Man City are back. Or do you guys disagree? Do you think like they've still got massive issues in that midfield, and they play so open and they keep that high line? They play kind of like that suicide football with a 3-1-6. I mean, what are you guys' thoughts?
It's like one
on
of those
Man
things
City?
where when it works well, and it's worked very well for several years, it's great. But then obviously, I think they're probably going to beat teams like Forest and downwards. So probably next 70-80% of teams in the same fashion. It's just that when they play against teams like from Tottenham upwards in terms of the teams that have pace and power. Even if they played Newcastle today, they would have suffered. They would have played. They would
Stefan didn't like that. Stefan didn't like that.
I'm using Tottenham as like
Man was defending
Tottenham
games
beat-
for
Tottenham literally
45
just beat them
minutes.
4-0.
That's
Like,
the one positive thing about Spurs, and man lost his lid.
He said the homosexual.
Yeah, they cool, man. It's about liberal acceptance. Everybody is human. We are all one. Bob Marley, I love everybody. The moment man said Spurs,
he went conservative like that.
hey, don't talk about Joe Gomez. He'll get his firearm. Yeah. You get off my yard, boy. You get off my yard.
They ain't get the shotgun. But Tottenham literally just beat Man City 4-0. So I've got good evidence to say that this is the situation.
That's true. That's true.
For Man City.
Yeah, but look at Ipswich though, Steph. Don't forget that.
What about Fulham? Did you see what Fulham did today?
Let's not forget who we are. Yeah.
It is what it is, mate. Yeah.
Did I get?
Pull up.
So
Yeah,
they had to win at some point, though, innit?
Are Man City back is a great question. I just think they'll be back against certain teams, probably 60-70% of the teams. But against the rest, it's going to be quite difficult for them. Now, I know people are looking for a rescue mission this January, but I don't know if they're going to get the players that they want, essentially, this January. I think it's going to be a longer-term plan for them, in my opinion. They'll definitely finish Champions League spot, but I think the main contenders for the number one spot is Liverpool and Arsenal for me, and Chelsea.
I was going to say, you don't think Chelsea in it?
Chelsea
Does anyone
in
not
it,
think Chelsea's in it? Does anyone not think Chelsea's in the title race?
Me.
Why not?
Because I just think they're the table. I've watched Chelsea quite a few times this season, and they have gotten they've flattered to deceive in a lot of the games. I remember watching them Wolves away where they should have lost. They won that game like 5-2, I think.
Yeah,
or what was
they
it?
did. Yeah,
Wolves missed, like Wolves should have been 3-4-0 up. Bournemouth away where they won 1-0 at the end. Bournemouth absolutely battered them. Like even against us where they did nothing and they had one shot from Pedro Neto. I just think they've been quite fortunate. Even the Villa game this weekend where at 1-0 Ollie Watkins misses an absolute sitter. The game could have easily flipped on that, and Villa were actually the better team going towards the end of the
wouldn't you say it's teething issues at the moment with Chelsea? Obviously, they've got a new manager in when Maresca, and he's trying different formations. Not formations, but tactically, he's moving players in different positions. For example, he's got Enzo Fernandez. He's moved around in that midfield quite a bit because at one minute he's partnered with Caicedo. The next minute he was partnered with Lavia. Now it was Lavia and Caicedo. Now we've seen Caicedo at right back. He's moved Gusto out of position. He's moved Gusto out the team. Reece James has come in and out the team. Do you know what I'm saying? Cucurella, he's inverted him at times. So do you think he's just trying to find that right balance? And even the goalkeepers at the start, he was rotating them a bit.
I just think defensively they give away too many chances. I think they're going through their honeymoon period.
Are they going to do Tottenham? Is that what you're saying, Stefan?
Sorry, yeah, it's basically they're the new version of Spurs this year, which is Spurs of last year. I think if you look at just the issues defensively, Sanchez makes at least one dumb mistake every game where he gives up a chance. Like for me, I just don't. I don't. Do I think they can make top four? Yes, but do I think they can sustain a period like Arsenal or Liverpool can this year, and maybe potentially if Man City recover? No, I think they will fall off, because if you look at Maresca's season with Leicester, where he had kind of a similar team in the Championship, where he pretty much had the biggest budget, the best players, not like in the Premier League, but he has a really good side. They went exactly the same way. They literally blasted through the Championship in the first 6 to 7 months, and then completely collapsed in the last 3 months and almost lost the actual champion. They were like 13 or 14 points ahead, and they almost lost the lead.
So do you think Man City will finish above Chelsea?
Yes, I do. Yes, I think people are going too early with Man City. Pep Guardiola is too experienced. These players are too professional, too good to,
Oh wait,
continue.
so what? Could Man City still win the league? That's a better question.
In my opinion, I said this, in August when they lost Rodri. No, in my opinion, they'll finish third easily, Man City. But I just don't think they can sustain, especially away from home. I just think defensively without Rodri, they look really
What if
unbalanced.
they address that? And this goes out to the whole panel.
They
If
can't.
Man City address,
Everybody says they can. They can't. You cannot replace a player like Rodri. You just can't.
It's not necessarily replacing him. I don't
No, no,
think
no,
Ash
no,
is
no,
saying
not necessarily replacing him, but also look at the position.
He's
The,
not having it.
he's not
yeah,
having it, is he? It's like, sheesh, bro.
if they sign
Someone so
Zubimendi,
liberal, and open to
I love
so many
everyone.
other things.
Someone said in
everybody
the comments, I love
everybody's
everyone
gonna
for
call
them
me
Tottenham
liberal now.
bullies.
Everybody's gonna call me liberal. Fuck, like I haven't voted liberal in ages, but yeah, thank you guys.
I mean, in terms of that was a good one. In terms of sexuality, I mean,
Yeah, I am extremely heterosexual phase. Don't worry. Yeah.
I believe you. I
He's
just,
got.
which what surprises me, you're battling for the other agenda. That's all I'm saying because I know you are. I know you
because okay, let's forget that. We
are.
can talk about this off stream, but I'll explain why to you guys afterwards.
I don't think
oh,
I don't think it's impossible for Man City to find players. Not obviously they're not going to get another Rodri, but what they essentially need is players with athleticism and strength in the midfield because they got the players with the technical ability. They just need a profile similar to a Tonali, Declan Rice type to support their Ilkay Gundawans and the rest. And I'm sure they can find it. The problem is,
Who though?
are they going to get the best of the best in January, or are they going to wait until summer? So that's what I think they'll probably wait. They might pitch for Bruno, for instance, in this January.
The only two players that I can see that fit in that system that I have watched is Zubimendi from Real Sociedad
Yeah,
and Richie from I think he
Lecce.
plays for
Lecce.
Torino.
Torino,
Yeah,
sorry, yeah,
Richie, who the
you're looking at
Italian guy.
Edison as well. Edison from
from
Atlanta.
Atalanta. Mm.
He's
Fabinho.
more of a. I personally don't think he's a six. I think he's more of an eight.
8. Mm.
Yeah, but
Correct.
from what I've watched, he likes a player that can dictate play and pass really well. Ederson isn't. Ederson is more of a ball carrier. But I
Mm.
just think that
He has got passing development. You're right.
you're also forgetting that he has to take that number six, and that number six has to adapt to his
No,
demand.
but you will get a 6 and an 8. So they've got Ilkay. They've already got Ilkay. They've got.
He's finished. Have you seen him play?
But
He's lost all of
when
his
we're
legs.
talking about a 6, all we're talking about is a player that can take the ball back to goal, and that's
That's
okay. Those guys can do that. The other
I
side of the
mean,
thing is off the ball.
you're really
That's true.
simplifying it, Toon. I
Yeah,
think
that's
you're
it's simple.
oversimplifying it.
It's simple.
No,
Like
I think the position that they have to potentially substitute Roger or maybe replace even is the most difficult position in the Pep Guardiola system. People forget, but in the first year and a half, Roger looked terrible. Roger looked awful. Sorry, a heterosexual extremist. Yeah.
you did say I'm extremely
Why did
heterosexual. So I don't know.
why did we talk about this?
You
Why
did
did
say
we
that
talk?
though. You did
I'm gonna get so much shit now in the chat. Yeah.
No, so
What
like
is
for
your
instance,
mate?
you know why it's not it is simple. Like if I ask I'll ask Ash and
Mhm.
recent,
Yeah,
because it's a
go
recent game, I would have asked
yeah, go on.
if Man City had, for instance, Edison and Tonali together with Ilkay Gundogan in their midfield, would that game have finished 4-0?
I think
Yes, it would. Sorry.
I still think the issue with City was legs.
Yeah.
I do understand what you mean by control, but I think the first 15 minutes they had control. They were dominating us. They were pause, but they were peppering our goal mouth. Pause again if I need to, and so I just
He's
think,
happy. He's happy. It's good.
I just think energy wise was an issue for City after we got past that. A bit like Mike Tyson after we kind of held a couple blows to the face. Pause again. Then I reckon that was the real issue when we kind of outpowered them in terms of a SAR, and then we were able to control it. We had physicality alongside control with a Madison, not a Madison. Madison was controlling, but the physicality came from more like Kulu and Solanke, so they were able to drop into that midfield at times and outdo them with running power as well. So I'm not sure if that would have changed the outcome, because I do think Walker, his legs are gone. I think Gundogan was a massive reason. So if he was still in that side, he's still pointing like, "Hey, quick, help me! Madison's running off my shoulder." Like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
I just
So, and
Well,
even
well,
Bernardo Silva playing as a left back at times when Vardial pushed up, I thought that was a massive issue. Vardial defending
Guardiola was
without the
awful.
ball. Yeah, but yeah, that was like on the ball, like you get Vardial, mwah, you know what I mean? But off the ball,
But do you remember we were saying that
very fast.
before I say it? But remember we were saying about Van Dijk when Liverpool's midfield was aged out, Fabinho and that. Like, I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
it's not just
yeah.
Van Dijk. I'm saying like any centre back looks bad or worse than they are when their
But
midfield.
with Liverpool as well, remember they had Hendo,
Yeah,
Fabinho. Them man were looking tired, bro. Do you understand?
exactly,
So they lost the
exactly.
engine, they lost the legs. That's why people were just running through them. Like, you get
Yeah,
me? Pause
Yeah, but
again, but
But guys, we
down
also
to
yeah,
Klopp's
yeah.
type of football though? It's because of what Klopp wanted. Klopp just wanted steam engine. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at them now that they've slowed down. Like
How
the
is he
same
slowed
way.
down? You
no,
run
I
just
was saying, exactly, Peach, because we were saying I'm theorizing that Gvardiol looks worse off the ball because he hasn't got a good midfield in front of him. He hasn't got a midfield with legs in front of him.
he's just out of form. Can we just say they're just out of Kyle Walker is still at the strip club. Like they're just out of form. They've won so how can you expect
Because
them?
it's more, because it's definitely more than Rodri. It's like 100% more than that. Like that.
I disagree, guys. I really think you guys underestimate the impact of a key player. Like, for example, if what Preet said, if Arsenal lose, for example, Saliba, or if
Odegaard
Arsenal
was
lose
enough to knock
Saka,
you guys off course.
or even a great example when we lost
When,
Odegaard. Look
in
at the
fact, you
impact.
was
no,
away from the
No,
show as long
so,
as Odegaard
so
was off injured.
all right. So what could we
But
say?
what I was gonna say,
Can we,
what I was gonna say is though.
I
Sorry,
listen.
can I just say though,
Go on.
when you lost Saliba, yeah, did Odegaard play poorly? Did he
No,
look
no.
bad?
We look the issue there was we lost
No,
Saliba
right,
preach,
sorry,
and,
wait,
and
hold on.
we
Sorry,
had
stop 1 second. Phase. See when you lost Saliba, yeah, did
Mm.
Odegaard look any worse?
No,
Did you see? You still saw how like his ability, like he wasn't thinking stupid. Like all of a sudden, he's passing back all of a sudden.
yeah, no, I hear
Still,
you.
do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like the ability of the player was still there. Like literally, the whole team ain't thinking. Like Walker's like, what are you thinking, Walker? Like even though you might have lost pace, what are you thinking? Like you're making moves that. Do you get me? Reading
Yes,
moves.
is
Like,
it, I think it's a mixture of both. I think you're
yeah,
right,
that's
Preach.
what
I
I'm
think
saying. So
but
like
it's
guys,
got to be
but
more
that's
than.
why
No,
It's
but
got to
you know
be.
what it is because it's the same thing because Steph, you're homing on the Rodri point, yeah, which is factual. But then
Yeah.
what these lots point is as well the fact that Rodri's not there and you haven't got a plan B or something else to still make the team play as well is a problem. Also, do you
yeah.
get where
No, I get you
two
guys,
things are true.
but my point is the position of Rodri, the number 6, is unique to this system because of the fact that it contributes, in my opinion, equally defensively and
Mm.
going forward. Because defensively, it helps to put less pressure on defenders and it helps to control the game. And offensively, he progresses the ball towards the attacker, so there's much more likeliness for there to be to create a chance and stuff like that. So that's why I think what you guys are underestimating. Yes, Odegaard didn't change because Saliba wasn't there, because
Yeah.
Saliba is a defender. But
Even when we lost Salah against Barcelona, there was a few players, and Salah's gone never give up. Do you get me? Like
here we go.
Liverpool still stood up to the challenge. You get me? Like I get what you're saying, but there's so much more to it. Like they're making silly decisions. You get me? Like
Yeah.
No,
you
no.
can't.
Are
Right,
they
so hold on,
preach?
Steph. Is
Preach?
that what
Are
you
they out
think?
of form?
Hold on, Steph.
Yes,
Though,
I agree with you. Yeah, go.
but
What?
Steph, do you think the only thing wrong with Manchester City at this current moment is Rodri being missing?
Mm.
In my opinion, yes, because that is the only player they could not literally replace directly. With when people say Kevin De Bruyne, I can tell you they have Phil Foden, they have other attacking players that can not as good as Kevin De Bruyne in terms of creating chances, and not as as fluid in making the attack, but they have players that can potentially uh, take the actual weight of that. With Rodri, they have nobody. Nobody that comes even close within their squad that dictates play the way he does, that is good on the ball in terms of the way he actually sprays passes. They have nobody that has the physicality. Also, people
So
forget.
what you're saying is like when Arsenal lost Odegaard,
Yeah,
no, we're not saying other players underperform, but what you're actually saying is an important cog to the
yeah,
actual system to help the system, because people look at Odegaard as just the chief creator, but FaZe will educate you and tell you that no, he's the one that starts the defense from high up. So he wins the ball back. He's the one. If you actually go to the games, you see him. He's the one that's actually pointing. He's actually telling them players where to be on the pitch. You know what I'm trying to say?
yeah,
So these little nuances we're not really seeing. Maybe you're seeing that with Rodri. He's the vocal leader,
exactly.
and also he knows how to dictate the tempo. So meaning game state, when things are going rough and like the other teams are getting on top, pause again, he's able to control the pace and say, guys, let's slow it down. Let me do short passes. If we need to speed it up, let me go direct and hit a diagonal, go long, etc.
Yeah, no.
And then
I'll give you.
also
Yeah.
positionally as well, like he knows where to be. So that's
Bro,
what we mean by
other
defense.
players must be rubbish.
No,
No, the other players aren't rubbish.
The
You know what I
other
mean?
10 don't have to be.
You know,
Bro.
like when
They
you kick
don't
ball,
even think.
you know, when you kick, when you kick ball, yeah.
That's where they
You know,
don't even know their own positions until Rodri's there.
you know when
Yeah,
you
but
kick
yeah,
ball,
yeah, but
like
preach.
you.
You're
That's that
downplaying.
KDB didn't know to cross until Rodri said, cross it.
Oh wait,
No,
wait.
I'm not even saying it's not even that deep. It's not
Okay,
even that
okay,
deep.
preach.
Do
It is.
now,
You know
pass it
what?
now, pass it through
You ever
goal.
played 11, yeah, or played football where you're missing your
Breathe.
star guy and you
Exhale.
feel like, bro,
Run.
you're missing my
But
man. You
Ash,
get me?
Ash,
Like,
I've got a great example for preach. If Gravenberch is out for the season, Liverpool also will really have a struggle because Endo isn't the type of player. You don't have a
he's not
player
on the
like
halfback.
Gravenberch that
He's
Yeah,
that
not
but
can.
on the halfback.
yeah, but we most probably do adapt or something like two anchormen or something.
Bingo. There
Like,
you go. Adapt. That's the key word.
Yeah, yeah, but sometimes,
We always
guys,
slander and
like
you
if
we always slander and
If Gravenberch goes, I'm not scared that McAllister's not going to be making smart decisions anymore, bro. I'm
but
not
we
scared.
watched the last season. Last season, we watched McAllister in the number 6.
But
He's too
last season,
small.
Gravenberch wasn't playing like that last season either.
I know Gravenberch, but
So
Gravenberch
we didn't
is playing
like, no. What I'm saying,
like
last
that.
season, last season we wasn't like it would just be Salah like that. We was edgy about like it's different. Like you can't do that, bruv. You just mentioned Gravenberch and jump straight to last
No,
season.
you know why it's different though. You
It's
know
not
why
a
it's different
shot.
though.
Yeah,
Stop.
always
No, but all
different.
of those shots, yeah, with all of those shots and all those things that factual that still happens, yeah, none of the teams or had those players missing went 0 for 7. Like, you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's
that's what I'm
clearly got to
saying.
be more than one. 0 for 7 is crazy.
I
Or,
Wow, you
you
get
get
me?
what I'm
Like
saying?
3-0 up and that as well. Like it's not even
Yeah.
just like 1-0, 2-1, 3-1. Like they were.
I just think if you look at other sports and the history of teams that have won a lot and that were champions for a long period of time and sustained it, that motivation craters. It doesn't just go. You don't just decline. Like I'll give you in the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys in the '90s were
Yeesh.
they won 3 Super Bowls in a row, and then they lost all those best players. They drafted badly, and they didn't just go. They didn't just decline. They've cratered, and they haven't recovered for 30 years. So the motivation sometimes gets sapped out of you.
So hold
And
on, Steph, just before you go, because I agree with you, yeah. Which that's another reason then. So that's another option where it could be and not only be Rodri.
yeah, it's like you wake up and you're like, I've won fucking 6 Premier Leagues. I've won a treble.
And just Rodri doesn't stop that though. So it
Because
can't all be
yeah,
Rodri.
like, it just takes one player to go there and have a good game, and they'll be like, "Yeah, we're
Yeah.
back." Like just one good game, like just show some potential in
I
that
just
role,
think
and we can do it.
I just think Rodri is such a unique player that he makes. Not only is he an amazing player, he makes all the players around him better.
But
I
then,
really do.
but then you said that Partey and Rodri on the same level. So
In my opinion,
therefore,
Partey in full fitness like he is this
therefore, if
season.
Arsenal
Yes.
lose Partey,
You guys can laugh. I have what Partey. It's fine. It's fine. I will still say to this day, a Partey in full
no.
fitness is just as good. It's fine.
So you know what? Think about this though, yeah.
Sorry,
Given all that you've said about Rodri, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's a bit mad of Pep to have his whole system hinged on one?
It is. It is. It's not. He risked it because
You can't ask him no questions like that. It's gonna give you.
no, but it is mad. He gambled on the fact that Rodri, because Rodri was an absolute Iron Man for 2 years, played like 100 games like literally didn't miss. I think he played like 60 games in a row or something, or 70 games without getting any sort of injury. He gambled on that, and in the end, he got. I mean, technically, he did sign a so-called replacement, or not even a replacement, but someone that can compete with Rodri in Calvin Phillips. But that was, he didn't rate him whatsoever. So that turned out badly, and ever since then, Rodri has had to play every single game, and simple. I mean, Ash will tell you he's in personal training. The more load that you put on the body, eventually your knees and your joints will get. You might be the most professional and most. You might sleep in a fucking oxygen tank and ice bath at 3 a.m. in the morning 5 times. Eventually, your knees will give. Sadly, so
Yeah,
and
it,
and that's what
it's-
happened.
you did say all that, but that doesn't explain the thought process of another player.
I think it's multiple factors. Yes, Rodri is one of them. The other thing is people are aging out, and some people are out of form worse than others. Like it's a lot of things. Foden's out of form, but Kyle Walker's out of form. Ilkay is old. They recruited badly. Nunes is not a winger. Goodness gracious, he's not a
Yeah,
winger.
he's
He's
terrible.
even struggling in the 8, which is meant to be one of his positions. Like,
And can we
it's just-
talk about Doku? Doku has zero. As like his end product is everybody
is
raves
this
about this
Doku's
guy.
first season or was it last season? I forgot when he started.
He scored like last season. I think he
Last
scored like
season.
3 or
Yeah.
4 goals.
So is
His
this his
end
second
product is
season?
horrendous.
Yeah,
And-
second
Okay.
season.
He's still
Yeah.
got
You know what
like,
it is? It's like the case of the aesthetic merchants. Do you know what I mean? Do you?
Yeah.
Because people will like the step overs, the jinky runs.
But he does nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes, obviously, the last season he was scoring some goals, and the goals he did score looked impressive. But then, is it effectiveness over aesthetics that you need, because you need players to deliver, good crosses into boxes for like Haaland to finish, or is it that kind of guy that you kind of want, that flair player that kind of gets fans off their seats? It's hard to kind of like, because football is entertainment, but at the same time you want to win. Do you know what I'm saying? So how effective is Doku for Man City? Some might argue not very, but maybe because his actual contributes aren't showing up on the sheet, he might be the precursor to kind of pick that team up. He might get the momentum up for his team just by carrying that ball up the pitch, beating one or two players. Just saying, as a caveat. Do you know what I mean?
No, you're completely right, Ash. But we also have to acknowledge that no matter how good your scouting is and how good your recruitment is, sometimes you cannot replace the same quality of players that have left. For me, Guardiola, yes, is he talented? Yes. Do I rate him? I really do. But Laporte for me was a far better player, in my opinion.
But do you think that Guardiola's playing out of position as a left back? It should be really playing as a
true.
back.
But from what I mean, Guardiola might reach his ceiling maybe higher than Laporte. But I think Laporte, when he left, is a far better player than Guardiola is currently. He might be, or reach, he might be. But that's what I mean. And then Mahrez, compared to Doku, came in for Mahrez. I'm sorry, Mahrez is levels above Doku. Doku might become really good, but the players that you're completely right. The players that they have signed, you and Tune have said, they're just Mateus Nunes.
You say they've had bad windows. They've had a few bad windows, basically.
They've had a few bad windows. They haven't replaced. They haven't signed a right back. I get you have Rico Lewis, but the more I watch Rico Lewis, he can't defend.
Would you say then, like, because obviously Preach disagrees strongly, and Toon is just posing the questions, and I think FaZe disagreed as well. But would you say then, you're saying key players do matter? So when you're missing a few key players, that affects your team. Basically, you don't have that get out of jail card. Like, who would you say that is for, like, Spurs, for example? If like a few players were missing out of Spurs, who would you say?
For Spurs, for me, for the player to be a key player is not only
for the season.
For the season, but I have to look. I look at two factors. I look at who do you have in your squad to replace. That's also a key factor, and how important is he to your team?
Right.
So, in my opinion, your most indispensable player is currently your goalkeeper, Vicario, because the guy that comes in after him you can tell the impact that he has on your game, whether it's building up from the back, whether it's, I know he's played really well, Forster, but he will break. Everybody knows this. There will come where he will
can't
make
do
a
that.
mistake.
You can't do that.
Okay, preach. I can't do that. Okay, sorry.
You just said no. You just set your whole basis of what you've seen, and then went to what might happen. Bro. You can't.
No,
That's
but
why I need,
with Forster, I have seen it. I've watched him.
no, I'm saying like right now, you can't just say he will break.
Okay, right. But I just think Vicario, for me, is their most important and their most indispensable player. Apart from Vicario, honestly, I've always had a soft spot for him. I think when he doesn't play, you guys are just nowhere near as good, especially defensively. And that's Sar. I really rate Sar. That's the only player I would take from Spurs into my Arsenal team. I don't get why Pape Sarr gets heat from Spurs fans. He's the only one that's got any sort of dog in him, that fights no matter what, plays hard. Yeah, is he raw? Does he make mistakes when he passes the ball? He does. But Pape Sarr runs his ass off, never stops, scores quite a few nice goals. He's got a good long range shot. I really rate Pape Sarr. That's my other player that whenever he doesn't play, I think Spurs struggle, especially off the ball, defensive.
Who would, just to quickly just go around, and then we'll do predictions and end the show. But who would you say to and then preach? Who would you say
for
like
Spurs?
yeah, like what would you say was
See, can I just say,
go on,
like,
preach.
I feel like that question
Mm.
can only be asked to, I think, a team with like, unfortunately, like with superstars, if that makes sense. I feel like
Do you think Spurs lack superstars or an X factor player?
yeah.
They don't have that in their ranks.
I feel like you're 2-3 superstars away from like, yeah, really being taken seriously, if you want to just say that. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I think you lot got a great squad, but you haven't got a
Yeah,
Salah.
factor.
Yeah, you haven't got a Salah, you get me? Or even defensively.
Great squad. How do
But
they?
you can still judge it. So, for instance, if Wolves don't have Kuna, they're not the same as the same Wolves. If Leicester don't have Vardy, they're not the same
Yeah, but
Leicester.
like,
You don't have to be a superstar. You can just be an
'cause I was saying
important
that. I was saying that earlier, but I'm saying how much do you miss? Like without
No,
Salah, there's like a lot of goals missing. You get me? There's like a lot of assists.
No,
missing.
Salah, honestly, this season, he gives me Gareth Bale last season at Spurs vibes. That is how.
Yeah, but let's not use imagination stuff. Yeah, what I'm saying is, like, Salah not playing. Not playing. There's a lot of goals that miss.
Imagination stuff. Hey, Bale's fucking that guy, bro.
That is the greatest individual season that I have ever. That Bale season before he left to Madrid.
Yeah, that was hot.
Literally, he literally won games by himself. And
Yeah. So you're just saying, how many seasons like that did Bale have though?
Bale, I think Bale won 2 years in a row. PFA.
I think
I'm wrong.
you
Alex.
guys are
years.
you guys are arguing on the other end of the spectrum of
Yeah.
X Factor and superstars and
No,
needle
what I was trying to
movers.
say, because he interrupted, what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say is I feel like Spurs has got a great squad here, where like if one player goes missing, they might drop a few assists, like a few goals. You get me? Like not by miles. It's not by miles. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not
Like,
detrimental like, compared to where you lose Salah.
Salah, yeah. Like it's not
okay.
by miles. Like even Arsenal, like Saliba, defensively, it doesn't look as good. Do you know what I'm saying? Statistically as well as by the eye. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean. So I'm saying Spurs, I feel like they've got a strong squad, but they just need some like match winners, if you want to call it superstars. Either way, like you get me, just so that you can see the effect of the question that Stefan was asking. That's what my opinion is.
Okay, cool.
I think I agree with Stefan on I was going to say Cooley, but when Stefan made the point of Vicario, I feel like it might be Vicario because similar to Newcastle last season, because Pope was essentially our sweeper keeper, Dubravka wasn't. He's very scared to come out of his box, and because he's scared to come out of his box, because you guys are so high pressing, and if you got a goalkeeper that is not willing to be a good sweeper keeper, which I don't think Forrester is, or as good, your defense line is going to lose its confidence, and they're also going to back up, creating massive spaces between your defense and your midfield, and that's where you're going to get more, and they're going to have to come back and then the rest. But you're not going to do that because you're Tottenham. So as a result of that, you're going to have big gaps and teams coming in there. That's why Fulham's, Ipswich's are having such fun going in between your half spaces at the moment. I think that's the big part of that is you guys missing Vicario and that sense.
No, but do you understand what I mean by potential replacement? Because, for example, Newcastle, I would say your key player is Bruno. Because if Bruno gets injured, you don't have anybody that's the same close to him.
Yeah.
While with Isaac, you still have Isaac is amazing, but you still have Callum Wilson who can score. You still have potentially. I know but you still have somebody that can maybe do a job. Yeah. I'm just saying. Whilst with Spurs, for example, people are saying Kulu. I agree. Kulu has been good this season, but he's really inconsistent. Plays amazing against Man City. He's shit against Ipswich. Plays amazing against Man United. Is shit against Palace. That's why I don't see Kulu as
do you think, I don't know what you don't think. Obviously, Son's been playing the 9 in that last game, and Dominic Solanke was out, and so is Richarlison. So basically, essentially, we've got no striker, or Son's had to play the number 9.
Yeah.
Do you think that is a drop off in itself? It's a hard one to kind of describe because obviously Son in front of goal, but then when you take away things like build up and link play, you don't normally associate that with a player like Son, for example. Do you think that's a drop off as well by not having a physical presence in the kind of 9 position?
Yeah, you miss that presence, and you miss that, like you said, that link up play, that person that can hold up the line. Son strikes me as someone better off the shoulder, running onto the ball type of thing, rather than what Solanke could. I think Solanke could do both, but he can also, be physical with the defender. So he kind of, I'm not saying he's the same as this player, but he reminds me of a Demba Ba when he played for us. He's got the game intelligence to link up play, but he can also run beyond his man. And that gives us such a huge advantage in what you're trying to do up front. And when you just got Son who plays off I know he doesn't strike me as a person that wants to mix up as physically with the defenders. He wants to run off. So you have to play a certain way. You have to make a certain pass as well, and you have to have a certain build up as well. So when people might say drop off, how can it be a drop off? We're not talking about the levels of the players, but I think there's certain characteristics and aspects that you'd be missing that make things work for Tottenham with Solanke as opposed to Son.
Just for our audio listeners, Stefan's smiling right now.
No, man, I just remembered that partnership, Demba Ba and Papa Cisse.
Crazy.
That is football heritage.
Hey, now we're talking.
I'll never forget Papi Cisse at Stamford Bridge.
I will never forget that either. That was crazy. And the praying thing on the floor.
Yeah.
Outside the box. Crazy. But
imagine if Cisse told everyone to pray. I wonder what would happen there. Anyway, we moved on.
Predictions. Oh, stop it. Naughty. Let's start with we might as well stay on Tottenham. Can we stay on Tottenham?
Yes, sir.
Bournemouth. Bournemouth, yeah.
Is that away?
Oh,
yeah.
Bournemouth 3-1 for me.
Who? 3-1?
Bournemouth. You're playing them. Are you playing them away at Vitality?
At Vitality.
Bournemouth 3-1.
Cool. Next, anyone else?
I agree with this. I'm not gonna go with 3-1. I'm gonna go with 2-0 Bournemouth.
Oh, no reply. Okay, yeah. What are you saying? Breach?
Bournemouth 2-1.
2-1. Well, Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Should I join in? I might as well join in. He said,
Hold up.
I know, I'm gonna get bodied, bro.
I wasn't expecting this. Is nah, Spurs 3-0, fam.
Ash, I just wanted to ask you because you watched. Was it just me that noticed that the Spurs players look exhausted, man? Porro could barely run.
They're tired.
I was shocked at that.
They're tired. They've been running up and down that pitch, mate. Like Harlem Globetrotters, mate.
I remember Porro. I think it was
Illmatic thinks Spurs still.
Yeah. Okay. Ryan G saying 3-1 Bournemouth. Yeah. Michael's
Illmatic. You're no longer Illmatic. You're just ill now. No, I'm joking.
Is Solanke fit? Because Ange said that he's still sick. What the fuck is up with these viruses at Spurs? Mikey Moore catches a virus. He's out for a month.
He probably don't love you guys. He's bro. Sheesh, bro.
No, I'm
I
just
can't.
asking, like, who is the medic? Are the doctors at Spurs secretly archaeologists? Like, what's going
Come
on?
to Tottenham, bro. We've had this issue for a long time.
Archaeologist. He said,
It's just who we are.
I mean, I don't know, bro.
What's
But
your
yeah,
prediction now?
I'd say a 2-1 Bournemouth.
Spurs? Oh,
Yeah.
Bournemouth. Okay.
Yeah, I think you know what it is. Those issues you lot raised about Forster not being good with his feet, not being able to be a sweeper keeper. If you watch the last game that Bournemouth played against Wolves
That's
on
what.
Jose Sarr, who's about 37,
Yeah.
same age as Forster, he got
It's crazy.
private a hat trick of penalties for the first time ever in that season. First time ever in the Premier League. No one's ever done a hat trick of penalties. Why? Because my man was getting pressed
Yeah.
like church clothes on a Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
By the
So-
way, that striker they signed.
I like that one. I'm going to use that one.
No, that striker they signed, Evan Nielsen. He presses like a monster. He's gonna cause
The whole
if
team.
Force- Yeah,
The whole
it's-
team.
The whole
I
team.
hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, and I'm being over pessimistic. But
No, that's exactly. I was thinking about that game as well.
they're really physical, and I saw what Fulham did to us. Like they like to get their fullbacks to bomb on, like overlap, and then allows their kind of forward players to invert a little bit. Semenyo, he's like a Kulusevski. He's got physical presence, bounces off players. He's tricky, could take man on,
Oh, good
bang a
touch,
shot.
man, for a big
You know
guy.
what
Is he
saying?
fit, Ash? Are you sure he's fit? Because he was injured the
Yeah,
last.
no, he was, but I reckon he'll be fit for this game. I think he's just gonna, you know how it is, like, oh, the man that injured. Oh, what? All of a sudden they're on the team sheet. What's going on? You know what was there? You're like, oh,
It
boy's
was-
gonna be
well,
injured.
yeah.
Oh. You just
No,
know our
and-
luck, bro.
and,
You know
and,
he'll be fit.
yeah, and if they watch the Fulham game, Fulham did the same. I couldn't believe he didn't. This is why I don't rate him. He didn't adjust. Like Fulham did the same thing. They overloaded the wings, and he did a run. He didn't overlap him. He underlapped the winger. So Iwobi would go into the space between the center back and the right back, and they did that all game. And
All game.
Spurs didn't-
All game. He didn't adjust at all.
Foster's built like a 100-year-old oak tree.
He played really well though. I actually thought this is gonna be a shit show when he became the goalie, but he made some amazing saves.
No, he saved us, bro. He actually kept us in the game. Like I was happy with that point. I'm gonna lie to you.
Even the Roma game, he made some ridiculous saves in the Roma game also.
Shot stopping, he's good. But yeah, so all right, we've done Spurs. Can we do Arsenal now? Arsenal Fulham.
No, let's do Liverpool. I want to hear
Oh.
Preach's prediction for this.
Evertonia away.
Or maybe 2-0, 3-0.
Oh,
Oh, look at
Our little brothers or little sisters, whatever you want to call it, it's Everton. So
I read a shocking stat. You've won at Goodison in the last 10 years only twice, and they're shit.
just Stefan to know that.
Are you still not
Has
concerned?
Faye still got that thing, that voice thing?
Okay, so 2-0. You're gonna beat Everton, who just came off of a 4-0 win.
yeah,
You're gonna beat them 2-3-0.
it's
Okay.
Everton. The occasion. It's Liverpool.
Well,
There's-
last year it was just Everton who were on the brink of relegation, and they ended your title race last year. Remember?
Yeah. Well, they didn't really end it, but that was last year.
What's
But
this
like
built
I
like
saying,
a 100-year-old oak tree?
like I saying, we're on form. It's Otto Foster.
It's harsh. It's so harsh. He's
I
being
can't
good.
unsee
You
it.
said 2-0, man. Let him land. Let him live. Sorry, let him live.
Sorry,
2-0.
Yeah. So
Little
no,
goals.
but I
This
just
is big.
I think the
goal.
form that we're, I
Coming
think
into
the form
the
that we're
show.
on. It's not like they. I know they just scored 4, but that's just like, no one expected it. You know what I'm saying? Like Newcastle today, expectation, high game, history, it's all of that in it. Like all of that played a part. Everyone keeps talking about, is it going to be another 4-3? Like there's a history in this. You get me? There's a CV. So I'm saying it's the same thing with Everton as well. It's still that vibe. So yeah, I would think we're gonna win. You get me? Like, so yeah, we'll go for that win. So I feel like a 2-0, 3-0. Salah, like it might be his last. Well, it is, isn't it? Because it's the last. It's the last derby. Yeah.
Hey, no contract. No
No,
contract renewal.
Ornstein came out today saying looking to give him a contract.
No, I swear that ain't there something happening at Goodison? Ain't they doing anything at their ground or something?
Oh, that's what you mean. Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
this
Yeah,
no. They're moving. This is their last derby at Goodison Park because they're
yeah,
moving
yeah,
to.
yeah.
Oh, they're moving.
So add
Oh,
that. So add that X factor too. The players are gonna be this sentimental. The crowd is really gonna be up for it.
This is what I'm trying to say. It's sentimental. It's sentimental for all of us.
ooh,
Because
spice.
Liverpool, this is what I'm saying. It's different. It's sentimental for us as well. Like it's
And
Everton.
and, and for some reason, Calvert-Lewin every Liverpool game he turns into fucking Haaland every time he plays against
Yeah,
them.
yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. Like it's
That
like
football night,
goalkeepers turn into like Schmeichel when they play us as well. You get me? It's like it happens, man. These things happen.
Yeah,
Dude,
okay.
what do you reckon, man? What do you reckon?
I
Yeah.
think it'd be 4-0 Liverpool.
Oh,
I think Everton will be as sentimental as they like. But they're awful. They're awful. They'll try to hurt Liverpool and do the physical stuff, but
They
eventually,
beat Everton though. They beat Everton today. I mean Wolves. They beat Wolves. Sorry, 4-0.
Yeah, Wolves.
4-0.
Wolves
yeah,
though.
that's Wolves.
Yeah, but you
That's
barely beat them,
yeah.
Preach.
Yeah, but
You barely beat Wolves, so
say
it's like
say
you're
that sentence
downplaying.
again.
Like-
Do you break down each and every word of that sentence you just said? Go on.
Okay, you're making it out to be as if it was some chump team. Like you
No,
barely
what,
beat them.
no, but what I'm
Beat them
no,
4-0.
what did we win?
Yes, you won 2-1
So-
thanks to a.
yeah. So
of
I'm
course.
saying it's Wolves. I'm saying it's Wolves. They lost, innit? So it's Wolves.
Okay. Yeah, but they beat them
Where are they?
4-0.
Where are they? Where are they? Where are they in the league?
They're in the relegation zone. Okay.
Right, thank you. Come on now, stop it, man. Not all the time.
Okay.
So what's your prediction, Stefan?
I'm gonna
Go
go
on, Stefan.
for.
Go on,
I'm,
do it. Do it.
I'm gonna go for 2-2 because Joe Gomez is gonna play.
Oh wow.
He's
And
all right.
you
I
guys
can't believe he gets so much stick. I think he's all right.
As
Yeah.
what?
He's won.
As
He's
a
won
person,
things. He's
maybe.
won things.
But he's also good. He's really good on the ball. Like there'll be times we're trying to press him and that he'll just go around the player like
Dude,
easy.
Did you did you watch the game today? He
I
created
fully
two
did.
chances for you.
I was
Created
there.
2 chances for you.
It's
He-
called a mistake.
Gordon-
He made a mistake. Everyone makes a mistake.
He makes a mistake like this every game whenever he
No,
plays.
it's
He's
every game.
horrendous.
No, it's not every game. It's not every game.
Okay. When you realize, Preach,
No, it's not
I'll be here
realizing.
again.
Remember, he's got medals. It's not
Stop with his
realizing.
medals.
No,
That's a World Cup medal.
no, we're not gonna stop with medals, bruv. We're never gonna stop with medals. We don't do that here in football, bruv. We don't do pretend. I told you about this imaginary thing. Pretend that no one wins trophies and let's now talk about football. Get me? Stop it.
Ragnar, hey, Preach.
No, stop it.
Ragnar Klavan has a fucking Champions League medal. Was he a
So
great
why are
player?
you telling me that? I don't care. I don't care, bruv.
But that's my point. Joe Gomez wasn't the main.
If you look at the stats, Gomez played a lot of games and had a lot of great results towards us winning. He played a part.
But not
I don't
because of
know.
him. In spite of him.
No, I don't care. He played his part. He did his part. That's what we pay him for.
Yes,
He's done it.
by helping the opposition.
I don't know.
score.
Maybe you want your goalkeeper to score goals and that and stuff every weekend. Yeah, like I don't know what you're on about, but he defended, and that's what we needed from him. And he defended.
Okay, I guarantee you
But
guys.
we
I
won
guarantee
the
you
Champions
he's
League. We won the Champions League medal and the Premiership. Yeah, what you've been
What's
trying to
the
do
difference
for the
with Joe
last 2
Gomez?
seasons. What you've been trying to do for the last 2 seasons, he's already done.
Yes, if only we had signed
Stop
Joe
talking-
Gomez. That was
Preach. If
maybe
you,
winning
get,
the Champions
if
League.
you get any closer to the camera, you might hit it. I'm just saying. Like,
Maybe, bruv. If you had Gomez, maybe
He
you're right.
defends.
You're right, bruv. Maybe if you just had Gomez, you know why? Because he's done
Yes,
it.
what a
He's
winner!
done it. So maybe if you had it, you might have done it in the last
Stefan,
2
this is your fault, you know.
Oh,
You just wanted
I'm
conviction.
sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I don't get why he defends this guy so much.
Because he's won things. Why do you talk about
He
things that
can't
you
help it. He can't.
because he's won
So
things
2-2.
and
So
he helped.
Okay. He's great. Okay, you know what? I agree with you, Preach. He's a great
Preach.
player.
If Liverpool lose this game, I swear Stefan's going to be on you.
No.
Goodness
Perfect
me.
scenario
Listen,
too.
it's
No.
cool.
Perfect
It's
scenario
cool.
too. Liverpool lose the game because of a
Because he
Joe Gomez fuck up. Liverpool. That's and then
No,
over
man.
here.
Look, you see how good, you see how confident he gets when it starts to use his imagination and it starts to use his pen. That's how loud and strong he gets in that. Yeah, because he hopes. Just believe in me. Like,
You better
no,
win against Everton, huh, Preach? You better win against Everton. You better win.
Children, bruv, children believe in Santa Claus. It doesn't make it real, bruv. Yeah, you can believe it, but it doesn't mean it has to happen, bruv. Yeah,
Okay.
You came on today, man. Oh, okay.
Okay. Prediction for me: 2-2 draw.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's gonna be a sticky one. He says the last game at home. I'm gonna go for a draw as well. They're gonna have a lot of fight in them.
They might start sending out flares on the pitch and that.
Yeah, it's true, bro.
Might as well, isn't it? We're gonna
Yeah,
move.
blue flares, bro. They're gonna be riots at the side of the stadium. Try to intimidate them. Yeah, try and make it like a menace for them to come in to the
Crazy.
stadium. Yeah,
Is it night time? What time is it?
Is it on
The-
the night?
I think it's a night game. I think it's at 8
It's under the
p.m.
light.
12:30 game.
Oh no,
I
it's
think
early.
Oh, it's early kickoff. Fuck.
Liverpool are gonna smack them.
Actually, you know what? Because of the early kickoff, Liverpool used to that.
12:30.
They're used to that early kickoff. I'm gonna
No, Ash. If they
Whoa.
do lose or draw, it's the early kickoff. That's why they remember. It's that
Excuses.
You know, it's called anxiety.
We're fed up of the early kickoffs. If only Liverpool.
Anxiety. You got bad anxiety issues.
No. I do because if Liverpool
No,
have
I
an early
know,
kickoff, they
I
can
know.
only have breakfast. They can't have breakfast and lunch. Fucking hell.
Yeah, no one's ever said that. No one's ever said that. But I told you.
I'm just ridiculing what Liverpool used to make as excuses for losing.
No one's ever said that. Just don't like always.
You guys are relentless, man.
Just don't like always
Let's get
having.
into predictions, and I
Okay.
wanna sleep, man.
Okay, let's go.
You can
Arsenal
go for it.
Fulham. Arsenal
Also,
Fulham.
Fulham, go on.
I'm gonna go for a really edgy 2-1 win. Like it will be really tight.
3-0 Arsenal.
Is it away?
Yeah. That's
So
why
where's the cottage? Oh,
it's a tough place. They play really well at home, always.
yeah. You remember you man got a little trouble last season, isn't it?
Yeah, we lost to them away and we drew with them at home. We got 1 point from Fulham.
All the ex-Arsenal players as well. It will
Yeah.
be and all the mandems.
Man, I gotta try.
Emil Smith Rowe.
Nelson
Man, you get me?
Nelson won't play because
Is
he's on
Zinchenko
loan.
going to be right back again? Or is he right?
But they've got that Harry Wilson, no? That used to play for Bournemouth.
He's a super sub usually.
So you won't start then.
Usually Nelson play. Oh yeah, you're right. He'll play because Nelson won't play because he's on loan.
He's on loan, yeah.
Yeah, so he'll play Wilson, but usually that's how they did it with Fulham, where Nelson will play 60 to 70 minutes and then Harry Wilson would come on. And
But
finish.
also, Fulham are playing with a smile on their faces. They look happy. Like I've watched them a couple of times against Palace, against a couple other teams. They dominated us. They destroyed us.
Yeah. They did beat you guys 3-1, right?
Yeah. Easy. They made it look easy.
No, they've got the thing with them is they have a guy who I quite honestly couldn't believe is actually shitter than Joe Gomez in Calvin Bassey. I have never seen such a bad defender, guys. He is so bad. Every time, even against Spurs,
He was poor
first 2 minutes, he gave the ball away and Son should have scored, remember?
Yeah.
He's
Picking up
terrible.
points. They're picking up points against the London teams, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fulham. They're picking up teams against the London teams. Picking up points against the London teams as well.
I think it's.
He beat Fulham, yeah? He beat them.
And I can see that. Well, I can see Fulham getting a point at least.
That is possible. I'm really worried.
Like I'm saying, they're doing well against the other London teams.
I'm also really worried because their coach is really. I really rate their. I think he's underrated too. Their coach is really good.
Marco Silva.
Yeah,
I think like
I really rate their coach. I think he's a very good coach, and nobody speaks about him as like one of the
top talent.
Yeah.
Portuguese.
But yeah, and he adapts every time.
He does.
Last season when they beat us, they pinged the ball purposely long balls down the wings towards Zinchenko. That was our weakness then. And
Porros
he
was
will,
ours.
yeah,
Porros was
in
ours.
terms of he will play to suit his team. He's not gonna play for the sake of his system. So that's one.
Are we doing Newcastle?
Who are they playing?
Isn't that Brentford? No,
Was it Brentford away? We got Brentford
Brentford
away.
away.
Oh,
Yeah,
Brentford away.
They lost today, didn't they?
3-1 to Villa. Yeah,
But still, Thomas Frank.
top coach.
Mm.
Top coach.
3 o'clock Saturday. I'll say this is the thing with Newcastle. And someone made the point. So we've played 5 of the top 6. We lost to Chelsea. We beat Arsenal. We beat Tottenham. We drew with Man City. We drew with Liverpool. We've just got Man United to go. The top 6 games have been fine. It's not getting a shot on target against Crystal Palace. It's losing to West Ham at home. It's insane. It's annoying.
But too, I watched that West Ham game. You guys were so unlucky in that game.
Yeah,
Like,
you
should have
beat
won
them.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look how they're getting folded left, right, and center now. Like I'm like, this is like Leicester taking care of them, and this is the point I'm making. Like I'm hoping that we're getting back to the consistency we were seeing before the international break. So I'm almost going to force the scoreline. I know how good Brentford are, and I'm just going to force the scoreline, and I'm going to speak it into existence. 3-1 Newcastle.
I respect it.
And we've got them in the League Cup as well.
I don't know. Like, is Wisa fit?
Yeah, he's playing. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah,
Why do you think he's not fit?
No. I'm just trying to think the matchups.
He even scored. They beat Leicester 4-1. He scored a goal and got a assist in the
I think
last.
he'll be a nuisance.
He will be.
For Newcastle.
He's a terrific player.
Especially at home. So he's a guy I'm looking at to kind of cause damage against
And then
Newcastle.
Buemo.
Of course, but it's just that I think, like you said, against the top teams, you got to turn up, and against the minnows, the mid-table fodder, that's where you kind of struggle. So I'm gonna predict Brentford to get this one, 2-1. Yeah, I don't know what it is about Newcastle. It's like that kind of outside of top 4, very hard to predict because all the teams are so up and down with their form.
Yeah,
It's
crazy.
really hard. It's really hard to say who's going to win what and what not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if Newcastle win, where does that take you in the table? Where does that push you to? Do you know?
Let me just look now.
I think like 6th or 7th, if I'm not mistaken.
If everybody,
No,
if the results go our way,
Spurs are 7th at the moment.
so we're 10th currently with 20 points. You guys, you're 8th with 20 points. Brentford got 9th with 20 points.
Imagine that.
So
middle.
so whoever wins
middle.
goes. Yeah.
Well,
If Spurs lose, we go 10th.
Yeah,
Or
Villa
11th.
got 22. Forest got 22. Brighton got 23. But they got a really good goal difference. So it's beginning to separate the table.
Hey Ash, remember my
I won't forget it. Prediction, top 4.
Yeah, for Brighton,
Top
it's
4.
looking good, guys.
So wait. Who is the
€500.
top 4 for you? Who's dropping out? So Chelsea, you said Chelsea wouldn't make it.
No, I
That's who you
said
isn't it?
I said my top 4 were Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, and Brighton.
Brighton.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chelsea wouldn't make it. Chelsea
Yeah.
wouldn't make it in your top 4.
I-
So you still
I
think
believe-
Brighton will finish above them?
Yeah, I think Brighton are really good. I really.
And I rate them. I rate
Good
them.
team.
I like their
Really.
I like their wingers. I like their strikers. Pedro and Rutter.
I put in a €25 bet if Brighton get top 4. I
See,
get
the thing-
€500.
I was gonna say the thing
I'm
about
all in. I'm all in for Brighton.
I think the thing about Chelsea, I think is that because they got so much players here, I think fatigue isn't going to be an issue.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Like, and I think that's going to be a big factor for them. Like if they,
But-
like if near the end of the season, all they have to do is like just keep running. Like that's gonna. I got. Like I'm
Brighton
keeping
though have
keeping
got
it.
one game a week as well.
But they don't have
So
one
they're not
game
gonna run out of
because once the Conference League gets into kind of the latter stages, I don't think they can do that.
They can.
That bullshit.
Their squad's
You
big
guys
enough.
think?
They can. Their squad is big enough.
And guys, they're only one injury away from playing Benoit Badiashile. So
I need to get a Chelsea fan on there. That's what I got to say.
Man, it's crazy. The league table is crazy.
yeah, it's
But you've
really
seen your record though against them. You're being kind of humble right now too.
Wow, what's happened? I don't remember what the league what our record.
You look
We beat them last year 4-0, I think.
4-2.
Oh,
1,
they're
2,
gone.
3, 4, 5. You've won the last 5 head-to-head meetings in the Prem.
Oh, serious?
against who? Against Brentford?
Yeah.
Really? Oh wow.
They're your whipping boys.
Yeah,
They're your whipping boys.
5-1. There's a 5-1 in there as well.
If we play against them how we played against Liverpool today,
You'll win
yeah.
easily.
Do you guys, do you not think there's a thing where players actually do get up for the bigger games? Because
Of
that's
course,
what I'm thinking. Like,
Ash Kulu. Kulu's the biggest example. He even said it. He even admitted it in an interview. Like he said, when Man City play, it's special because
He
it's the best
turns
team.
up. He turns up.
turns up.
Who said that?
Yeah, go on.
Kulusevski, Tottenham. Yeah. What is there any other games we need to predict, or is that it? Because
I mean,
our teams,
there's
but I
also the mid-table clash of Man United and I forgot who.
think Forest.
Yeah.
No.
Is that
Actually-
that's going to be a crazy game, you know?
Is it gonna be a crazy game?
Well, they play. I think I don't know what Ash thinks another thing, but I swear they play a similar-ish system to each other.
They do actually. Yeah, Nuno's system is very similar to Amarin. That's true.
You think about Mr. Van Nistelrooy.
He's doing good, man. I like
I
him.
like him. I like
Leicester
him.
Brighton.
Those people don't rate him. I think he's all right, man. But people just don't think he's shit.
I need to
I like
speak.
his swagger. I like how he goes. Go on.
No, I think he's got a bit more vim and personality than a Ten Hag. I think he's got a bit more about him. Do you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But yeah,
I think Ten Hag he was just dead. Like I don't know. Who's
What are you guys saying? I already missed Ten Hag. They should never have sacked him. They should have given him more time. In my opinion. So they should have given him more time. But hey, let's see now.
listen, if Man U don't beat Forest, we need all the Man United fans on. We need to have a chat.
We're going to be here.
Where's the game, guys? Where's the game? At Old Trafford or at the Forest ground?
Old Trafford is that Old Trafford?
They'll win. They'll get some shitty
But
penalties.
that's what I'm saying. If they don't win,
Nah, but if as long as they don't get relegated, they can just blame it on Ben 10. That's what they'll do.
No. Preach. Don't you know the timeline? First, it's the players. Then they get really, really shit. It's the Glazers again.
Yeah.
But no, I reckon this time they're gonna say it's a process. I think they're process merchants. I really do.
Listen, Abraham, he can do
the
whatever he
process, though, like, it's still. Like, I just don't think they're used to the process. I think they're going to begin to appreciate what Arsenal went through, what Newcastle got, Tottenham. Now they're going to be like, oh, this is what a process is. Oh,
This
my
is what
God.
it means to be
This is what it
ordinary.
means.
Final question. That's a bit different. For final question, Ash, if Spurs lose their next 2 games, which in my
Emergency
opinion,
meetings. Sorry.
no, they won't. They won't. But
Emergency meetings. Pardon.
no, not emergency. Do you see Ange being like on the hot seat?
Next 2 games, I think.
And then Ten Hag comes takes over.
I think so.
Oh my
I
God,
think so.
best dream
But
scenario.
I
right there.
think if Man United slap us in the cup, that's when fans will lose their heads because
That'll
they
be
can't
bad.
take a cup exit. I know we're not winning no cup, me personally. Now people will call me negative, yeah. My hope is 0. Yeah. I do not see Tottenham winning any cups this season. Tell
Seriously.
me what you want. I don't see it, bro. You know what I mean? I need your optimism. Give me some. I just can't see it. So when it all comes crashing down, I'm gonna be chilled. Oh, Ash, what do you think? For me? For me? I'm cool as a cucumber, bro. Like, I still think. I think that's when it turns, though, Stefan. To answer your question, I think if we get knocked out of the cups, or if anything happens mad in Europa,
I'm just
I think a lot of
intrigued
people-
to see
edging their best on Europa.
Will Levy be more patient this time? Because in terms of his record, if you just dive into the stats and that's just the full calendar year, the average, the position of Spurs, if from the start of 2024 to now, is 10th. He has a lower points per game ratio than Nuno, who everybody hounded out the club, and I keep hearing like, I just
but you know what it is that's saving him. The
what's
style.
his
It's the style. It's the style. People are hanging on to the
yeah.
style
Yeah.
of like how
Yeah.
Ten Hag won cups, but he never got the style right. He didn't
Yeah,
play
yeah,
the
yeah,
Man
yeah,
United way.
Yeah.
And he didn't have a good. Even if like if he had an identity, Ten Hag, I think that might have saved.
And they
him.
hated his press
He wasn't
conferences as
really-
well.
Yeah, he wasn't really like like Ange is quite smooth with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether people agree with it or not, he kind of like when he's good. Now, I mean, like off the back of a win, he knows how. But obviously, after a loss, then you know
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, yeah, don't talk to him. But I think that's what's saving him at the moment. But yeah, let the style of football differ a little bit, like and results to match that, and get knocked out of those cups, especially Europa. Carling Cup, I think you'll lose half of them, but Europa, hey.
Really for you, Europa is. I think Europa's harder to win than.
Of course it is. That's why I don't say. That's why I said no poor. That's why I said no poor. The coaches out there are more tactically astute. They're gonna be adapting when he's like, "That's who we are." He's gonna be pragmatic. He's gonna be ultra.
So are you? I've never asked you. Are you Ange? What are you? Like, are you in between?
No, listen. I'll be real. I'm Ange in, but my standards are super low.
I have a feeling that Ten Hag could do a job.
Hey, my standards are.
Stop it, Toon. Stop it. Don't gaslight that shit, Toon. Ten Hag for Spurs.
I think he could do Ajax 2.0 at Spurs.
You know what it is? I'm just trying to. You know what it is for me? I just wanted to see a manager given a fair chance to get to the end of a second season. You know what I'm saying? Because you know why? Because if we didn't have the history of Tottenham, yeah, where we fire, hire, fire. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, brother, just chill out. Like, I just want the chairman to chill out, man. Just see the project through a little piece, rather than changing. We're defensive, we're pragmatic. Now we're attacking. He doesn't get that middle ground. So I'm like, just hold steady the ship, get a few players in, have a philosophy. And even if you get rid of Ange, get a similar manager that has a similar philosophy, but it's just like a head coach to kind of,
Ozil will be good for Tottenham.
Manage the kids, whoever you want to bring in. Because at the
Thomas
moment,
Frank, best coach in the league, in my opinion, based on value in terms of money spent, budget. Thomas Frank would be a no-brainer for me if they fire Ange. That's just my opinion.
Lots of fans want Areola, isn't it?
And him also, Areola also.
Lots of fans want Areola because he's just very aggressive, high pressing, attacking, front foot.
Areola, but people tend to negate the fact about Areola that Bournemouth have spent a ton of money. A ton. Like, if you take out the top six, Bournemouth have easily spent. I think only West Ham have spent. I think a similar amount or close.
Villa possibly.
And Villa, no, not recently, but Bournemouth have spent a lot of money. So he's got
it's that Michael BJ money. I mean Jordan money.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. But let's see. I mean, I personally think
pause, guys. Sorry,
I didn't even hear.
If he loses, he's gone. I think Levy. I think Levy will keep him until what Ash said. If he goes out of the Carling Cup and then if he screws up Europa League, I'm going to say it's going to be the predictable, customary Levy sacking around March, April time when top four is pretty much
done and dusted.
Ash, you're confident. Are you confident against Man United when you guys play Man United for the League Cup?
It's at home.
Ask me that after Bournemouth. Yeah. I mean, after Chelsea. I mean,
I actually think you'll be surprised.
After Liverpool. I mean, after.
I actually think you have more of a chance to get a result against Chelsea than against Bournemouth.
No,
that's what a lot of people think because we're so up and down. But I
Chelsea are good, man.
Yeah, you don't
even lie anymore. Chelsea are good, man.
Yeah, I kind of rate them a bit higher than most people think, but That's just my
They're
football
they're
opinion.
good. They're good, but they can be. They will give you chances, and at home,
But
Spurs.
they're comfortable with that. Do you get what
I
I'm saying?
think if Spurs do the high pressing, possession on the front foot, that will play into Chelsea's hands.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with this. Yeah.
100%. And Chelsea's going to be away from home, and then they're going to just do whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah. I mean, but yeah, that's me. I don't know. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But yeah.
Let's go to bed, guys.
Yeah.
Big up everyone in the chat, man. First of all, man. Big up the panel. Big up Toon Tactics for hosting a fantastic show.
Thank you for the privilege, sir. Thank you for the privilege.
Well done.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for everything.
Stefan scared away the rest of them. I have to get you on more often, man. That's what we watch. Was like, oh, Stefan's on. Jay was like, yeah, I've got. Oh, no.
You saying Castle's avoiding you? Castle's avoiding you.
Of course he is. Of course.
Hey, clip it. Hey. I'm joking. Or am I? But yeah, guys.
Anyways, guys.
Take care, guys.
Good night, everybody. See you.
Peace and love, man. Let's end this show.